Welcome, everyone, and welcome to Santi. And well, I hope
Hello.
not. Hello. I hope not everything is lagging for everyone because on my screen you just completely froze the first second you came on.
Oh, for me too, don't worry.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, that's perfect. I guess for everyone that's watching as well. Welcome back, Santi. If anyone who's watching right now doesn't know him, um, maybe most of you do, but would you like to introduce yourself again, or are we skipping that?
I can introduce myself, sure.
Wonderful.
Hi, I'm Santi. What else? I'm a friend of Groot here, and
Mm.
I'm half French, half Spanish, but live in Belgium, and that's where I am right now.
So we know where all of the bias will
Mhm.
come in to which countries.
Oh, and my dad's half Armenian as well, so
Isn't
adding that to the list.
isn't there something about Hungary too, or am I mistaken?
I was born there, but no one in my family is Hungarian. Just
How does that even happen? You just get born in Hungary without having no association to the country.
like my parents were there for a couple of months, and that's just when it happened.
Perfect like timing.
Yeah.
I mean, my parents are Swedish. Um, my grandparents are
Hmm.
Swedish. I'm born in Sweden. I live in Sweden. We'll
That's
just.
interesting, actually.
I know, right? We were just polar opposites, and
Yeah, you
that
must
will
be the favorite of Jimmy Åkesson.
what? I don't think we
What?
should delve into politics
Okay,
for this stream.
not so early.
I think we
It's
got
fine.
other topics to discuss today. Um,
Hmm.
wait, wait.
I'm waiting.
Alipan says I do not know who he is and I
Oh,
cannot hear you.
oh,
Oh, I know why, because I've lowered your mic to like absolute minimum. Say something now.
thanks. Okay, now maybe you can hear me,
Yeah,
actually. Do I have to restart everything?
wait, no. But I think you just punctured everyone's eardrums because I put you on max. This is a testing session. I'm terribly sorry, everyone. Let us know how the audio is from Santi as well, and if we're like balanced or.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm just going to talk now for testing purposes. Is
Mm,
this all right?
mm. I think like if I look on my screen right now, I have the
Hmm.
volume levels in
Wait,
front of me, and we peak at the same kind of like the same decibels.
okay.
So I think everything's fine the way it sounds now. Yeah, now it's much better. Wow, now that's too loud.
So in
Okay,
theory, it's
contrast.
working. Okay.
It's some people think it's too. Oh, well, Alex thinks it's too loud, and everyone else is like, ah, this is good. So
Of course, Alex would be the one
okay,
complaining about hearing me.
actually, when you said Alex, everything just started peaking. So I'll lower you a little bit more.
Go for it.
Yeah, it's fine now. Okay, good. We're set. We're gonna do some predictions today. I've been actually dreading
Hmm.
this day because
It's the most fun part.
it is a fun part, but the sad or not sad part, but the frustrating part is gonna come next week when we look back and we have to compare our predictions, and I'll see myself.
Hmm.
Uh,
Getting everything wrong. Yeah.
yeah, so I figured that this year I'm gonna try and be pessimistic with my predictions so that if I'm wrong in my predictions, I'll be happy
Uh-huh.
because of what songs came through. It's like a
That's
clever way to do this.
that's my usual strategy. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, clever minds think alike, I guess. Of course, everyone who's watching, you should also, of course, share what's it called? Share what you think. Like if we're talking absolute nonsense, and which one of us
Call us
has
out.
yeah, call us out, and which one of us has the best and the worst predictions, whatever it may be. Um, does that sound all right to you?
Let's make this all a debate, not just like us two agree. Like if we're agreeing on something, you should tell us you're both stupid.
Yes. The thing is that I've
That makes it
started.
fun.
Yeah. I mean, I do enjoy being called stupid. I don't have an issue with that. I
Mhm.
get told that every day at work, so it's no issue. But if
Hopefully not by your students.
those are the exact same, those are the exact ones that say it. But sure. Um,
Yeah.
what I'm feeling is that we will probably have a lot of similarities. It feels like there are a lot of songs
Hmm.
that everyone kind of agrees on, like they're gonna make it. And when I've been thinking about making this prediction, Um, I've just felt like it's been. I haven't really planned anything, but I kind of know what I don't think will
Yeah.
go through. I guess.
Yeah, I mean, there's always like maybe five or so songs in each semifinal that could go either way, but then the rest of it is either guaranteed to make it or guaranteed not to.
Yeah.
Unless, and anything otherwise would be a huge shock.
Mm, I agree. I don't think there are that many this year though that are like definite they won't make it. I think there's only one or two of those.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I might be too optimistic on that regard, I guess, because I have a certain song from the first semi that I would like to would like to raise my finger for, but it's probably hopeless. We'll see. Um, let's just make sure that
Hmm.
everything works here on screen. I've prepared a little design thing for us to use, and it looks.
So fancy.
Oh, I was like gonna prepare to make a massive reveal and just show it, and it all that came up was a purple box. And when I opened up the other
Great.
tab, then everything worked. So I think everyone on screen should now see that there is a picture of Groot and there is a picture of Quagsire. That's correct.
Yes, Quagsire.
Which is your uh, do you call it profile picture on YouTube?
It's not even on YouTube because I just have some old random image from Microsoft XP back then. Like,
Oh yeah.
but Quagsire is just my image on basically most social media now.
Aha. So
So
that's why.
it's my avatar.
Oh yeah,
And,
Avatar.
it's,
That's a better.
and yeah, someone once called it my fursona, and that's very disturbing. So I'm
Ha.
just going to call it Avatar because he doesn't
Ooh.
have fur.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Mhm.
Uh, let's. Oh wow, I'm completely messing this up. I figured I wanted to kind of fix the layout a little bit, but it's no, no. So as you can see on screen, everything is completely
Yeah.
gray because we haven't said that. Oh, this one's gonna make it. I think. In what order do you
Yeah.
want to do it? Should we just go by each song one on one, and you'll say that, oh, I think this one's making it, and I don't think this one, or
Running order sounds fine. Yeah.
running order sounds
We can
fine.
just go with that.
Yeah, and I'll make
Hmm.
everything in color though for the ones that we think will go through. And like, have you planned out in your head which 10 you think?
Somewhat.
Somewhat.
It's open to change.
Hmm. I don't have any idea. So I'll sit here later on with 14 songs that I put in color, and then I realize, oh, I have to remove four. But that's going to be part of it.
Yeah.
It's there's no structure, no nothing. You know what you get when you go to this channel, basically.
Yeah.
It
I mean,
just works
otherwise
like
we
that.
can always just skip and go back to be like, I don't know if this will qualify. I don't know if this won't. I need to check the other ones first.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever.
Yeah, it's going to be very well structured. That's a guarantee. We can promise that. I'll just make sure that I can get access to everything here. So if I do this, yeah, okay. All right, perfect. I might actually keep that the way that I edited just now because we're gonna start with Norway. We'll just get right into this, right? And we're just gonna start the predictions. And I guess I'll kick us off if that's
Hmm.
okay with you.
Go for it. It's your
Go for
channel.
it. Oh,
You're the
thank you.
host.
I'm the host. Thank you. Norway is absolutely 100% making it because it's already like a hit on TikTok, right?
Hmm. Yeah,
And
the thing that you young people use.
exactly. Yeah, and obviously the hook is there. The performance seems to be kind of just exactly like it was in Melody Grand Prix, and but just enhanced.
Hmm.
I don't think there's an issue whatsoever. It's probably going to be like top three in the semi. I'd say from the televote only
Hmm.
voting, and I can actually see the jury's going pretty crazy for it as well in the final. I'm assuming this is going to be at the top
Hmm.
in the final as well. So
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
don't know
doubting
if
its chances. What about you?
it's definitely qualifying. I don't know if guaranteed top three in the semi, but guaranteed top five
Mm,
for
mm,
sure. I would say. I,
mm,
f- when I saw the rehearsal clip, there was something that bothered me a bit, and I
yeah.
couldn't really tell what it was. I thought it was like they changed the dress, and I didn't really like the dress. And then I realized, no, it's that the clip they showed, she already had her cape taken off.
Mm.
Because in my head, she does the whole performance with a cape. But then I rewatched the performance in the national final, and turns out they actually remove it after the first chorus, and I had never noticed.
Uh, I'll
That's very random. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I'll be completely honest and tell you that I had no idea about any of this.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. At least we know now. Um,
But yeah, I think she sounds good. I mean, the performance is great. I like the whole fire effect thing. Like you said, they enhanced it compared to the
hmm,
national final.
hmm.
Yeah, it's sailing through to the final. I'm probably top 10 in the final.
Yeah, I would
But
definitely
maybe
say
we can
top 10.
save that for final predictions.
Yeah, if we're gonna have time to make a stream in advance of the final as well, we're definitely doing that. But it's gonna come down to whether
Mhm.
the time allows us to do it. But we both, well, so far we were in complete agreement. This is very much a stream of contrasting opinions.
One
Maybe
to go, 30 to like.
oh god, maybe we'll have a contrasting opinion next though. But as I said, I haven't really planned
Mm,
out which 10 I think, but I'm feeling very optimistic about Malta's chances. The thing is, there are only 10 songs allowed to go through, and I'm just
mm,
sitting here thinking, and I'm just looking at these flags, and I'm gonna think to myself for 2 seconds, or maybe more.
count. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm, okay. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put Malta in color just to be different and
Okay.
actually come here with a bit of a surprise. If I say Malta is making it, what's your general thought about that?
I wish. That's my general thought because see, the thing about Malta that kills me is that it's really effective. I think it's a song that could qualify for sure, but there's two big things that are holding it back.
Mm,
The first thing is that this sort of party song, that like very simple party song with a brass hook and whatever, that shines the most when it's after several slow ones.
mm,
And here it's right at the start. It's in between Norway and Serbia, which are both at well, I don't know what you can call Serbia, but they're both upbeat
yeah, yeah.
somewhat. It's right at the start. People have just
Mm,
logged in, tuned in. Sorry.
yeah, yeah.
If we were in a situation where we were in this somewhere in this late in the second half, you had Azerbaijan, and then you had Latvia, and then you had Switzerland, and then you had Malta, they would qualify easily.
Yeah, they
Kind of
would.
like what happened to Moldova last year when they were following, I think, 4 or 5 slow songs,
I
and
don't
then
remember the
Treneletu.
semis, but I trust you.
Let, let me get back to them.
But
But then Treneletu got almost won the televote. It was pretty close.
But I mean, you're absolutely. I remember thinking that as well when the running order was revealed that they actually killed Malta's chance completely, especially by putting it
Yeah.
right off to Norway. And
Mhm.
I said earlier on in the stream that I was going to be pessimistic about my predicting, and now I'm the complete opposite. But I'll just feel like
Keep it, keep it.
I'm going for vibes now, and I want us to have some contrasting opinions. I don't want it to be
Mhm.
like we have the exact same 10. So I'll keep Malta as a qualifier, but I take it from your words that you're not gonna have this as a qualifier.
I'm not, because not only that, but also Malta as a country specifically always struggled with the televote
Hmm.
and always got saved by the juries. Well, always. I think it would like Je me casse,
Hmm.
they got second or third in televote, so that did okay. But other than that, they've always been saved by juries. And I think, I don't know why. I think maybe Malta just has a particular kind of music scene that favors more safe songs,
Hmm.
to call it that way, for lack of a better word. And the fact that there's no juries here also hurts them. For the running order, it's not as much the fact that they're seconds, like the curse number 2 spot or whatever,
No, it's
but it's
that
just
they're
that,
after Norway. Yeah,
yeah.
but if there's gonna be
Mhm.
one time I feel like they will actually get more from the televote than the jury, it would be this year. If I'm
It would
personally
be.
honest, yeah,
If they made
um,
the final, it would be.
yeah. But still, if it's gonna be enough, well, who knows? But I'll
Mhm.
stay a bit optimistic. I think it's just too well staged as well. I think like people will remember the performance. I'm sure with them sitting in the car and this massive planet behind them shouting "dance" at the screen. Also, like
Yeah,
this
and that hook gets in your head.
absolutely. I'm
Mhm.
gonna be incredibly optimistic there. And well, I hope I will be correct, but we'll see. Maybe we should actually, like, now I've started twice. Maybe we should alternate so that you start and then I start, like, for each song, starting from now.
Okay.
Yeah,
So now we're heading on to Serbia and
exactly.
qualifier. You can color it in for me.
I'll color
I
it in
think
for you.
there's, yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen people doubt that it would qualify. People who were like, but maybe it's a bit too out there. Maybe it's a bit too. I don't care. Well, it's also my second of the year,
Oh.
almost my winner.
Hmm.
So I have a bit of bias, but I think it's just performed really effectively. It's something super interesting that catches your eye. Serbia does have a couple Televo allies, like Switzerland, France. Is Germany voting in here? I don't remember.
No idea.
But and Croatia, obviously. Like, I'm not gonna say they're gonna be like top three in the semi or whatever, but I can see as a comfortable sixth or seventh at least, right?
Hmm.
Like, I don't think if there's several songs I have listed as borderline qualifiers. I don't think Serbia's in there. I think it's comfortably qualifying.
Hmm. Yeah, I would just completely kind of sign under everything you said. I'd probably say because I think this one's definitely going through as well, um, and especially now that we've seen the small little rehearsal as well, um like that's a performance that you will remember as well. Like from what we've seen now, I mean Norway is not very much performance reliant, but both Malta and Serbia I think are performances that you will remember that you've seen, and especially
Yeah.
Serbia. It's like such a kind of out there experience. And I think even though you might not click with the song, you'll still have your eyes kind of locked to the screen, seeing what's going to unfold throughout the whole thing.
For
Um,
sure.
so I think that will work in its favor as well. I'm also incredibly
Hmm.
fond of the song, but I think the performance is probably what's going to actually make sure that it goes through.
Hmm.
Because if it had a performance um, if well, it's a bad example because Belgium made it last year, but imagine if they had a performance like Belgium had last year with not a lot
Belgium
really going
animated
on.
with juries.
Yeah, but if it had a performance like
Yeah.
that, I don't think the song would have really like clicked with the audiences. But since they have a purpose with the
Hmm.
performance too, I think it's gonna make it
Yeah.
through because of that. Um, I'm
Hmm.
optimistic about Serbia too. Um,
Yeah.
people saying
There's also. Mhm.
Malta is dead between Norway and Serbia. We agree, Mattia, but
Mhm.
I just wanted to be optimistic.
Do you want me to add salt to the wound with another
About
thing?
what?
Because this going from Malta to Serbia, uh, I mean, I remember I showed my sister Malta, and she was like, she didn't like the feel better in my sweater and the hey wait this. Basically she described it as like basic pop,
Hmm.
which I think it's a bit more interesting than that. But I think the contrast between Malta, which is something like inoffensive, if you get what I mean. It's just
Mm.
something for everyone to enjoy. It's a catchy, basic thing. And then a lot of people will see Serbia and find that so much more, at least interesting. Even if they don't like the song, they'll at least say, there's a lot more to this. It's not as basic as Malta. And I think that will highlight Serbia and maybe hurt Malta a bit.
Mm.
Hope I won both of them in the final, but
I mean, we should have, to be honest,
mhm,
could have also done like what we want to see go through, but it's gonna be take too much time
mhm.
to do that as well. But we can just mention it as we go through, I guess.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean, for me personally, so far the three songs that we've talked to, I want them all to go through. Um, and that would also apply to the fourth song we're gonna talk to. I'm not gonna color this one in though, because I think Latvia doesn't really. I don't think they stand a chance if I'm completely honest. But this is the pessimist in me talking. I would. There are like. I would say that there is no song in the entire selection this year that would make me more happy to see qualify than Latvia.
same.
Even though it's not my favorite song this year, it's just the fact that they could like what do you call it? Like the basically from when you look at what people are saying and the odds and everything, it looks like they have a mountain to climb. And they've been attached a boulder to drag up with them over this mountain. But so just for that aspect as well, I would. There's nothing that would make me happier than to see them qualify at this point. But it's not. Uh, it doesn't really have that feeling to me that the general viewer at home, especially since it's televote only, will really like be that impressed by it. Even though the the concept of it might be impressive, and the way that it's delivered as well. Um, I'm just very skeptical. And from when we saw the rehearsal clips, I think they nailed everything in terms of like camera work and such, and the lighting looks great.
Yeah.
But I do wonder if people will actually take that into consideration when they see it at home, when they hear the song. That's I would say that for a lot of people, it probably might take some time to really get into it.
Yeah.
Just my 2 cents.
Yeah. That, I mean, it kills me to say it because Latvia are my fifth this year, and this might be my favorite song they've ever sent.
It's up there.
And yeah, and I don't see it qualifying. This is the kind of song that, at least in theory, should have been saved by juries. Then in practice, I don't know, because
Yeah, I would doubt it, if I'm honest.
but I don't know. It's such an interesting offer, but at the same time, it's very low key. It's very you have, like you said, you have to get into it. You have to go give it a bit of time. You have to accept it. And in a semifinal, it's full of almost every song in here is very in your face.
Mm.
Yeah, and it's really early as well. Latvia doesn't really have a lot of voting allies in here. I just don't see a path for them.
No. So basically, non-qualifier for you as well,
Mhm.
I'd say.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
I think it could be like 12th in, or maybe 11th on a good day, but it's definitely not, it's not going to be last, but it's not going to qualify either.
to be honest, I could actually see it finish last. I have no like
Mm,
I'm gonna be the pessimist here, but I could absolutely see this be just like Slovenia was last year. I think this will get more points than Slovenia got last year because there's still a wider audience for this, and I think the
yeah.
visual appeal of it as well will work in its favor. But
It's very well staged with everything from camera angles to it's ambience. Or,
mm,
it's just done perfectly for the kind of song. So that's what annoys me.
and what we should add to the equation as well is the vocal performance is really strong for Latvia. I'd say
Absolutely. Yeah.
he sings it so what's it called easily. Like he doesn't really it feels
Yeah.
very natural the way he sings it, while always being very wide in the intonation, like the whole
Yeah.
different kind of
It's really
tones he's
difficult to do
using. Yeah.
because he's using he's sort of not whispering, but it's supposed to be like a very low and male sound, but at the same time, he makes it very clear.
Mm.
And I could not do that. I mean, I
Well,
I know that.
a lot of people
I mean,
can't do that.
I'm a terrible singer anyway, but
Yeah.
you know what I mean. There's a lot of technique in this song that's just gonna go underappreciated,
Mm.
like from the instrumental to the vocals, this thing, because it's not an in your face kind of thing.
Mm. At least we think that. Like,
Mm.
what if Latvia will just out of
I
nowhere
would,
win the semi on Tuesday? What if?
I
Could, yeah. We both
would
basically
love
agreed
that.
on that one, and we both basically don't want us to be correct.
I will vote for them though,
Yeah, me too. Me too. Wait, are you
if that
voting
goes
in this
anything.
semi? You're in Belgium
Yeah,
now.
because I have a French phone number,
Oh,
and France
okay.
votes in the first one.
All right. Good, good.
Because
So,
Belgian phone plans are expensive as hell, so I kept
uh-huh.
my first
Uh-huh.
one.
Well, I mean, if there is one semi you want to vote in this year, it's the first one. So, yeah.
And the
Uh,
second, I have a little favorite of mine, but we'll talk about that
we'll
later.
get to that in approximately 3 hours when we get to the second semi. Let's move on
Mhm.
to Portugal, and you should kick us off. What are we thinking?
Hell yeah, I think it's going through.
Hmm.
I mean, it's going to be in the lower half of the qualifiers because well, we were talking about this, me and Groot, this morning.
Mm.
The fact that the couch that they couldn't manage to get on stage or whatever, and then the backdrop being very empty, and basically saying that there was a lot of potential in this song and that it could have been s- top 10 material in the final.
Mm,
But I even with all of those issues, I think it's sailing through. I don't see how it wouldn't qualify. It's sort of, I mean, Portugal in general has been on a really good streak of being dark horses
mm,
the last couple of years. In the semi, they have France, Spain, and no, not Spain, just okay, but they have France and Switzerland that will give them very high points
mm,
in the televotes. And I don't know, I think it's just something that's very wide appeal. At the same time, it's something that doesn't feel um, vapid
mm.
because it obviously has a strong cultural element to it. It's energetic, especially coming after Latvia and being before Ireland. It stands out a lot. I think it's qualifying for sure. Maybe like seventh, eighth in the semifinal, something
Mm.
like that.
You bring up a good point with the running order as well, I'd
Hmm.
say, because it's definitely made
Hmm.
like it feels very natural for it to go through because of it. But also we have to
Hmm.
take into account when you say they're on a very good roll, like in terms of qualifying results lately, they've done it twice. In 2019 they didn't make it,
That's a
and
good
it
role for Portugal.
and in 2018 they finished last in the final. So I mean, it's 2 years.
Okay, but they got 12th and ninth, is what I mean.
Yeah, yeah, in the final. Yeah,
And
yeah, for sure.
and both those songs were something that people didn't really expect to do that well.
Mm. Was
Hmm.
2021 a like did it do well in the televote? I don't really remember
Let me check
because
that.
it feels kind of like a jury thing.
It was
Um,
definitely a saved by juries, but
mm.
I don't know if it was a non-qual.
I
Let me
mean,
see.
the thing that I'm thinking mostly is like maybe I'm just stuck in my teenage years or whatever, but I always felt like televote just never voted for Portugal. Like they don't really have any friends in quotation marks, I guess. And it just feels like one of those countries that never really gets showered with points from televote. But I might be wrong on that. I mean, obviously,
Well,
2017 is a difference. Yeah, did you find
in
something about 2021?
2021,
Yeah.
they got fifth in the televote,
Okay.
actually,
All right. Well, never mind that. I
and
guess.
then fourth in juries, so it was pretty balanced.
Oh yeah, in the semi. Yeah. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
did
in the
they
semi,
get
in the
did
semi.
they get fifth in the televote in the final? But no. Okay.
No, not in
No.
the final.
No. All right. Well, this is. I'm not as convinced as you are because I'd
Hmm.
say the performance is a massive letdown for me at the moment, at least. And I think the what's I like the couch is one thing, but what I'm mostly disappointed by is how flat it looks behind them. Like it's just red
Yeah,
and that's it. There's absolutely nothing really going for it. Like when you look at the performance from Festival da Canção, they had like this massive heart and all of these pink tones in it,
yeah,
and also like obviously the stage in the Portuguese national final was really really great, but they had like all of these boxes on the sides as well. It made it look really grand and work with that kind of cabaret feeling to it. At the moment, when I look at this, I feel like it's very ambitious by the people on stage, but it kind of at the same time feels like, well, they were given absolutely nothing to do. It feels like they're still in the rehearsal room, basically. Like
yeah.
they're rehearsing without the actual props that they will be allowed to have and without the actual backdrops, which is infuriates me because this song is in my top five of the year. But I
Oh, that
just
high.
yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah.
surprised.
But I can't click with this performance. I'm really really disappointed to the point where I might actually see it like this could absolutely like this could miss out because people won't really like it
Hmm.
looks unfinished, I think. But then at the same time, like they won't have the disappointment of knowing what it looks like before. They will
That's what I
see,
mean. You have the issue where you see the missed potential in it,
hmm,
whereas people who discover it on the night won't really have that same impression.
but surely they must also think that it looks a bit empty, considering the ambition of the song.
Objectively, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'd say as well, like the what's it called? Like what I think will win it a lot of votes is how charismatic it is, how inviting it is, and how energetic it is on stage. Obviously, like the vocal delivery of it works as well, and we've seen from the
Hmm.
small clips, like this opening is really effective. I'd say with the lighting and everything. Uh, but I'd say this is very much on the border, and the thing is that I'm between this one and another one to miss out, and both of them will be surprises, just
Mm,
because I gave Malta a spot. But
yeah, you're
I'm gonna
forced
say
into this now. You committed.
yeah, I'm committed. This one is very early in the running order, and the other one isn't. So I'm gonna say
Hmm.
Portugal's missing out, just to be different. Just to be
Okay. Do you want me
different.
to add something to make you even more hesitant about your choice?
Okay, yeah, go for it.
Because something you said, in Andy in the chat and Jonathan, all three of you seem to say that not having juries hurts Portugal a lot.
Uh huh.
But then DN is saying what I was thinking as well, that Portugal typically would send songs that are jury friendly. And this is their first time in forever sending a televote friendly song.
Do you think so? I think this sounds jury
Like,
friendly. I think it does.
I mean, no, I mean, juries would vote for it anyway, but it has a televote appeal more
Hmm.
so than, I mean, it just the fact it's upbeat, even though upbeat televote slow jury is the basic kind of assumption
For
to make.
sure, but I have
But
to
just
think as
generally, it's
well.
something,
It's upbeat, but
like you
it's
said,
not.
it's inviting.
Yes, but it's not upbeat in the way that you
Hmm.
have your Fuegos and El Diablos and these songs. Like those are the upbeat pop songs that
Yeah.
make it through with the televote, I think. No? Am I wrong on that? I'm not sure because this is something completely different from what we
Mhm.
like what we usually get in terms of upbeat songs in Eurovision. It's actually going to be quite fascinating to see how
Okay.
well received it's going to be because I don't really remember having like a lot of these musical cabaret type of acts.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna be the pessimist here again, I'd say.
Hmm. I just checked, but El Diablo actually got more from the juries in the televote in the
Yeah,
semi and the
okay,
final.
okay, fine, because it's yeah,
So
it's a sounds like a Swedish pop song, so yeah, of course it did. But you get my point. It's
it is, right? Like,
but
I don't remember who wrote it, but
probably I can guarantee that it's the Jimmy Joker guy. He's definitely involved in that. Let's drop El Diablo. Who cares? But I think like the upbeat song. Yeah, Alex says Televote likes upbeat cultural songs. Yeah, like Moldova last year, for
uh-huh.
instance.
Yeah.
But we haven't really had something like Portugal this year. Like the last time we had that was like I don't even know if I'm completely honest. Um,
A song similar to this, I can
uh,
look, but
no, let's just drop
um,
it. Let's just because we're never gonna get a get done otherwise. I'll just say
no.
I'm gonna be the odd one out here and just say that no, it's not making it. But I wanted to make it. But yeah, we'll move on.
And also, you're right. It is the Jimmy Joker crew.
Yeah, of course, of course. Let's move on. Who
Yeah,
started on Portugal? Was it you? Yeah, it was.
I think so. But
So
go ahead.
I'll start on Ireland then.
Okay.
I mean, Ireland have actually done pretty big staging, and I mean it is anthemic in
Hmm.
a way and very harmless. Like anyone could just go into it and think like, oh, this is all right, but no one's gonna pick up like after listening to all 15 songs, they're not gonna pick this one to vote for.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I can't really see Ireland making it through. Just I don't have much else to say. I just don't see it.
And it hurts me to say it, but I do think they're the most likely candidate to place last as well.
Hmm.
Yeah, it doesn't have I don't know how you say it. Like it doesn't have an edge to it that you can latch on, if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
It doesn't really have a thing that will, because especially since this is televote is very polarizing. It's very lots of points at the top and very little at the bottom and
Absolutely.
not as much in between. It's not like juries where you have to do a top 10, etc.
Mm. Yeah, with a jury type of voting, this could absolutely make it. But I mean, when you
I
vote at
don't
home,
no, I don't think it would make it to the final, but it could save it from being last at the very least.
I think like if it was in the other semi, it could have probably with the like if we take only jury voting, I could see the juries putting it top 10 in the other semi. It's probably still not going to make it, but I could see that. I mean, they've had
Yeah.
so many random songs to put like in seventh in the semi. usually from
Yeah.
Malta. It's like,
I was thinking of Breathlessly from
yeah, exactly.
2017. That's the one, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, overall, I mean, we're both kind of in agreement that this one's not making it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Especially, I mean, I think the full golden costume just looks very tacky.
Yeah, I mean, if he wants to wear it, then all the power to him. But I don't think that people at
Yeah.
home will really click with that.
Hmm.
Mm,
I mean, it kind of hurts me because it's such a just nice and inoffensive song, and the band
mm,
is are really nice people, and yeah,
yeah.
it's harsh, but
Well, five of them have to miss out anyway. And I mean, if we're picking between who I will feel more sorry about, Ireland or Latvia, well, the choice is obvious. So
yeah.
let me know what you think of Croatia. Let's go.
What I think of their chances or what I think of this,
Let's just take the chances.
they're qualifying.
Yep.
They're qualifying.
How
I'm sorry to
confidently?
break it to you.
Like how
I'm
how how big is the margin down to the 11th?
no, I mean it's not a massive margin. Like they'll be maybe like I said for Portugal, somewhere seventh or eighth
Mm,
is where I see them.
mm,
But I definitely see them qualifying. I feel like there's especially coming after Ireland. Like
yeah.
I'm bashing on Ireland so much it hurts me to do it, but
But what
have
if
but
what if they
people will be like finally something interesting. Or
mm, what if they would have come after like Israel? Like swap Croatia and Moldova.
mhm.
Do you think they will
I
still
think they would
make it?
still make it
Mm. Yeah, I mean, me
because
too.
of Israel being a sort of professional production pop song,
Mm.
right?
I mean, there's nothing really
Basically,
sounding like this in this semi, right? Maybe
there's nothing
Finland.
sounding like it anywhere.
Okay, yeah, but like the same
Like,
kind of audience, I guess.
sort of. Do you remember that one comment I think saying like what I sent it to you saying like what is it you don't like about Croatia? Musically, it's genius. They have little operatic vocals just like in Bohemian Rhapsody, and then
Oh yeah, the comparison to Bohemian Rhapsody. I
yeah,
definitely, I definitely see the similarities. There's not enough traktor in Bohemian Rhapsody though. Like this, that's where this one takes
fall
it.
short. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say, yeah, like Andy said, Croatia would have stood out regardless of running order anyway. Like they could put it first in the running
Mhm.
order and it would probably make it. Um,
See, I don't know. I think first in the running order is what would make it at risk of not qualifying. Because
mhm.
for a song that's so out there, it helps a lot to not be the first thing you see,
I mean, they
if that
would
makes
never put
sense.
it first though. Like that would never happen. Only in the years when they
Yeah,
randomized the running order. Then it could have happened, but there was never a chance that they were gonna put it first.
yeah.
They have to think like, oh, people are actually gonna watch the whole show. They're not supposed to turn it on and then tune it off after the first song.
Hmm.
Mm.
But you know, there's still an audience out there who watches Eurovision for who wants to see the
Oh,
stupid stuff,
absolutely.
right?
No, but this one's gonna.
Hmm.
It has a massive
Yeah.
audience for sure. I think it's sailing through as well. Like I think it's sailing through more comfortably than you think. I'd say top five in the semi.
Okay, that
Yeah,
much.
yeah, I'd say that. Not that I
I
want it
mean,
to happen, but I think that like
I know you
the
don't.
just the shock value of it as well. Like there's
Hmm.
and the fact that they're like well basically I read something about them earlier like last week that they tend to perform nude. And I mean, you just don't know what you're gonna get, and I think a lot of audiences will just be kind of floored by it. They're gonna think it's hilarious, and they're just gonna vote for it because of
Yeah.
something that's like some people will also think like, oh, it's mocking the contest, and then they'll vote for it because of that. I think.
Hmm. And then other people I think will understand the
Oh,
message of
for
the song,
sure.
at least the surface one, because
Mm.
it's very obvious. You have a big angry guy with missiles, and they're yelling "psychopath." I
Yeah,
think that's pretty
of course,
universally understood, right?
of course. Yeah, yeah. Mm.
And hopefully they don't strip on stage. Well, what they did in their
Well, we
national
know
final was
they will strip down to their tidy whities, but other than that,
hopefully not further.
no, not further. We'll see.
That's all I'm hoping for.
We'll see. Um, okay, should we move on?
Hmm.
Yeah, we got Switzerland next, and this is a tricky one for me. I
Hmm.
think they do
It
everything
is.
like right for it. Um, like the staging looks really great, I'd say. And he sounds really great. I feel like I used the
Hmm.
word great too much. He sounds very convincing. Let's use that instead. And I think the
Hmm.
song absolutely has like this part towards the end where everything really like pushes it over the line, I'd say. The only thing is like this feels like such a like complete jury, not jury bait, but you get what I mean. Like people, the
With
juries,
juries, this would be a guaranteed.
I'd say so
Yeah.
too. But I think that this one's just gonna make it like in ninth or tenth. It is one of the songs that I'd see make it. I can't really explain why, but I just think it has like a grandness to it that I think will click with audiences, and especially like for the
Hmm.
final chorus. And then I know they're gonna pick like a good recap time for it, so people will be like, "Oh yeah, this one was really good" when they check the recap, and then it could get a few votes there. Um, and I mean, there's not really. Is there anything in the semi that's really like this kind of song? There's not really like this more heartfelt, dramatic
Mm-mm.
ballad. That doesn't really exist in here. I mean, I guess
Nah,
you could
there's
make
no
an
power
argument
in that.
for Netherlands, but it's not the same kind of drama to it.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I mean, Switzerland's made it now. Like they're in a good role. Obviously, last year was only because of juries, but still, um, mm,
Hmm.
I think it might make it. Let me know what you think.
Alex mentions there's a commercial break before Switzerland also.
I mean, they need that after
So
Croatia. People need to take a breath.
just yeah. Wait, did you color in the flag? Because I'm looking at this stream.
Yeah, I did.
I'm trying to count my qualifiers right now.
I mean, you did Norway,
Uh,
Serbia, Portugal, and Croatia. Those are yours so far.
mhm.
Mm.
So I have six left.
Yeah, exactly. Well done on the math.
I'll put Switzerland in as the 10th.
As the 10th.
The 10th qualifier. I think it's extremely borderline
Mm,
because of the lack of juries.
mm,
But something that I feel really helps your score, especially in the televotes, is um, if you have a song that's not particularly interesting or out there, then at least perform it, like really nail it.
mm,
You know what I mean? It's better to have a 7 out of 10 song that's performed as a 10 out of 10
mm.
than have a 9 or 10 out of 10 song but that has a lot of issues in the performance,
Yeah.
which is what is going to kill Netherlands. But I'll save that for later.
Well,
Um,
okay. Well, I don't. Well, we'll move
mhm.
on to Netherlands later, but a 9 out of 10 as a
Yeah,
song, really? Okay.
it was in my top five at one point, and then I started just
We'll move on to Netherlands later. Are we done
yeah.
with Switzerland? Like a lot of people in the chat say, yeah, they have it 10th
Mhm.
too. Jonathan says literally anywhere from 15th to like 7th, and that's kind of what I think as well. Like it could finish dead last. It could.
I
Maybe
don't
maybe
think
not
so.
maybe not dead last, but like it could do what Switzerland did last year. Like they got 0 points in the final, right? From the televote.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And I mean it could mess up like that as well because there's not really an audience for this type of song. But I think there is enough of
Juries.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
juries. But in a televote only, I'd say there's just enough of an audience and it's more accessible
Hmm.
than a Latvia or an Azerbaijan. And I think that's what's going to work in its favor.
Definitely. And also the fact that the stage is really well, I mean, the sort of lights, I don't know
Yeah.
how they do it, but the sort of lights that they have, there's a lot of smoke. The dancers actually fit, which
Yes.
is pretty difficult to do in a ballad. Get
Mm,
dancers that actually add to it and don't just take away.
mm,
If he was just alone singing on a stage and so what it was like, Italy, if you saw the rehearsal,
yes. Yeah, if
if he
Switzerland
was
had
doing the
that
same, he
staging,
wouldn't.
no, no, no chance. No chance.
Mm-mm. But
Yeah.
with the one they have, I think they will make it.
Mm, yeah. And I mean, he sounds
Mm-hmm.
really, really great as well. I think that's a big part of it. The fact that his vocals are seem very like he has a characteristic voice, and he also nails the performance of it. So I think that's just a
Yeah.
little bit of a boost. Because if he was shaky at some point, then I think that could be an instant deal breaker.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, and the thing that bothers me the most about Switzerland is I think the lyrics are stupid. But
well, that's a, that's a that's a that's something I guess. Um,
but
I
I
mean,
think most people won't care
no,
or
and
won't
I
notice.
think the lyrics are also a part of. Some people will remember it because of the lyrics as well.
Yeah, like
I
so
can see,
yes.
yeah, but I
Yeah.
can see my mom thinking like, oh yeah, it was cute when they were playing like babies with water guns, and now it's very serious. I can see that. People will think like, oh, that's a nice metaphor. I think it's possible.
I maybe I'm just jaded. I mean, I think I described it yesterday to a friend, telling her because she was saying Switzerland is something deep and emotional, and I was like, it's deep and emotional, written by someone whose biggest issue in life was that their favorite chocolate bar got discontinued.
Oh, hmm.
You know, like the, I feel it's rude to say this, but I just think it's I think the lyrics are what I would write as a 9-year-old.
Oh, I can guarantee you, as a teacher of 13-year-olds, they would not
Mhm.
write lyrics like this.
Maybe I'm just a good writer.
Yeah, maybe at 9 years old you were you were a prodigy. Uh, yeah, Sushi Visa says Switzerland gets the mom vote, and I could absolutely see that happening. The moms will
Yeah.
think he's
Yeah.
really like, oh, such a cute
Oh,
little boy, and he's a serious, like this is a
yeah.
very serious issue, and yeah,
This nice young man.
this
Yeah.
nice young man. Oh yeah, the grandma votes as well. That could be it.
That's his
Uh,
audience.
uh,
God, you know what's funny as well? Hang on, let me check something. Because the Italy votes in the semifinal, right?
I'm not sure. I haven't paid attention to that.
Wait, wait, I'm checking because um, this is a really funny story. Italy does vote in the semifinal. So
Hmm.
I don't know if you heard of this, but basically the other day, for whatever reason, he posted a story where he was in Marco Mengoni's kitchen singing his song,
Oh,
and they were hanging out together. And Marco Mengoni's fandom, I don't know how big it is,
pretty
if
big.
any Italians in the chat know it, but but like it's sort of become they're shipping the two now.
Okay,
So
well, so Italy will give
funnily
it
enough,
some points.
the young teenage girl shipper vote.
Okay, well, that's a very good vote to have. I mean, it's a very what's it called? They have a lot of power. Let's say.
Hmm.
Should we move on? We've talked about Switzerland for way too long now. I feel, but we both
Yeah.
actually have it as a predicted qualifier,
Hmm.
which kind of surprises me. But I mean, we
I think
both
it
kind of
just
had
like
it set,
solidified
right?
with the rehearsals. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, let's see. It's your turn, Israel.
Hmm.
I
It's
guess I
making
should
it.
color it in. Yeah. I don't think there's much to argue
Yeah.
about here. I'll color it in for me too.
It's. I mean,
You want to
I think
expand?
when you said Norway would be top three, I disagreed because I think Israel is going to be rounding up the top three.
Hmm.
Which, I mean, I'm not a massive fan of the song per se,
Hmm.
and I'm not also a massive fan of the whole dance break. I think it looks a bit kind of clunky.
The
Like it,
whole dance break, or just the first half of it? Because that's something I thought about. Like I thought the second half of it really came
the
together.
one where she gets up and she has the dancers, that
Yeah,
one's fine. It's
yeah.
just the part where she's on the ground, just sort of, just
Oh,
one leg on one
wonderful
side, one leg,
demonstration. Wonderful.
right? Yeah, no,
Yeah, you nailed it.
I'm not gonna do it in front of here. I want to keep my spine intact.
Uh,
It's like very sure, very impressive, but it's just like you added in the middle of a song that up until then had always kept a sort of melody. You're suddenly adding this boom, 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 boom,
mhm.
and having a seizure on stage or what looks like one.
Not
It
holding
sort of
back,
comes
are
out of
we?
no. Look, I drank my tea. I have lost all my inhibitions.
Hmm.
Um, no, I think more generally, it's a song that gets that is very messy musically. It has a lot of segments. It has a lot of genres that don't necessarily flow into each other well. Like it's sort of a succession,
Mm,
but it's tied together by the energy of the performance. Basically,
mm,
it's and I think live it's just a really great package overall, and definitely top five in the semifinal, in my
mm.
opinion.
Yeah. I mean, one thing that I'm thinking about more now when I see it as well, this is the only like girl pop kind of song in this semi as well. I wouldn't count Sweden as
Mhm.
one, right? I mean, no,
Eh,
it's very
she's not
much
like the
it's
other girls.
exactly. No, but it's like this has its own audience that's only gonna vote for Israel, you know. No one is gonna
Gays.
sit here and choose between Israel and I guess Norway actually. Norway is part of that too, of course, but no one's gonna sit here and be like, "Oh,
So
should I vote for Israel or Portugal?" That's not the same audience,
yeah.
basically. Um, but yeah, I mean, I can just kind of echo what you said. I mean, it's difficult to tell though because we haven't seen like from the rehearsals we saw the dance break. We saw no parts of the
Mhm,
singing or the melodies or the chorus. I mean, I guess we saw a little bit from the first rehearsals. I don't really remember what we saw there.
mhm.
But
She
we
was in
haven't.
this weird box tunnel thing.
Oh yeah, that thing. Yeah, I mean, ambitious staging, of course, as
Mhm,
well. But we haven't really seen too much of the rest of the song. And I think it's very strange when you show this second rehearsal where you do the camera is included and everything that you just show the dance
mhm.
break. I just pray that for the recap in this semifinal, they're not just gonna have the dance break be the recap. That would be
I
so.
think they might.
I think I'm worried about it. I think that it's absolutely a possibility, and that's just gonna take away everything from what the song, like the songwriters, what did they
Yeah.
do then? Like it's at the end of the day, it is a song contest. And if
Mhm.
what you want to highlight is a dance break, then I have an issue with that personally. Of course, my personal qualms with songs and performances aren't really that relevant because it's going to sail through regardless. But I mean, it's not going to win over every audience, of course. Like, we know what's happened on this channel when we did our little voting sessions for this year.
Yeah.
Israel didn't make it, and basically people couldn't shut up about that afterwards.
And
Uh,
Latvia won the whole
yeah,
thing, so
Latvia won
you
the
know
whole
we're very
thing.
representative.
Yeah. Well, regardless, I think everyone is kind of like, what are even the odds on Israel
Mhm.
qualifying? Like, you can't be making any money if you bet on Israel
Let
qualifying.
me.
No, I don't think we
They're
need to check.
yeah, 1.02,
Exactly. Yeah,
95% chance. Yeah.
yeah. There's no chance they're missing out. So, I mean, it's gotta take a massive mishap. Like she's gonna basically be incredibly out of tune, or they're gonna drop something on stage, or like it needs a massive breakdown for it to not make
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Let's.
she's a very, I mean, she's basically a superstar since she's been really young in
Mm,
Israel. I don't know if you heard how she was selected. Uh,
no, not the whole story. I read a little bit. Like they just decided that she's
mhm.
gonna be, so we'll scrap everything else. We want her only.
Yeah, the thing is, they originally selected her without even asking her
Oh,
first. And then she's like, "Oh, I guess I'm doing this now. Sure, why not?"
that's brilliant.
It's sort of like people in Israel have the international fandom who know her because she's been sent to a bunch of contests,
Mm,
have been just begging for her to go
hmm.
for ages. And I guess the Israeli broadcaster was like, "Sure, go ahead." But she's just a very solid performer, singer.
Absolutely,
I
absolutely.
I don't see her messing up.
No, and I think she
Yeah,
elevates whatever this is very very much when you see it.
yeah.
Um, I think we should move on, and we're moving on to Moldova. And I mean,
Mhm.
Moldova is one that has torn me a little bit because the song I personally really click with. I think it's wonderful. I think the like when you listen
Mhm.
to it with like don't listen to it on your mobile speaker or whatever, either headphones or a massive like stereo. Um, and you just take in the chorus of this song, it sounds massive. Like it's the song that I think has the hardest punch this year out of all of them. Like that chorus just goes really, really hard. And then when I saw the images for it, when they were leaked earlier this week, I thought this is the
Mhm.
most brilliant staging they could go for. It's the one that looks the best from images, and I was so hyped. And then when I saw
Mhm.
it, I felt like they didn't really transmit the same intensity of the colors and everything that you kind of got from the images. Um, Regardless of that, though, it's still way too much that I enjoy for it to just kind of set it back. I mean, it still looks fantastic. It's just that I think the intensity of the colors and the this imagery that they're doing with the backing vocalist and their horns and stuff, like it kind of fell a bit back, I guess, when I saw the
Yeah,
clip. But still, it's way too impressive and enjoyable for it not to make it. I'd say. I think it's very what's it called? Secure. Um, like I
for
think it's
sure. I
it's
agree.
comfortably going through. Um, I'd say. And you just said you agreed, so I'll color it in for you as well,
Yeah,
I guess.
I
Yeah.
can see them getting like sixth in the semi,
Mm,
like not one of the big favorites, but also pretty safely in.
yeah.
One thing is that from rehearsals to the final performance, well, or semi-final performance, the camera angles, I'm pretty sure can still change
Yeah.
and probably
Let's
will.
yeah, let's hope so.
And hopefully that gives it the intensity that it needs.
Mm,
And especially what I'm thinking is the part that they showed was I think the second chorus or whatever, like one of the initial choruses anyway.
hmm.
I wonder if they're going to, because on the final chorus you have the flute break, but at the same time he's singing over
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
and there's a Beano. I wonder for that part is where everything's going to kind of light up and get intense,
I
like
hope so.
get for the punching moment, because then
Mm,
you would have a growth in this song. That would be the best thing for it, and in that case, could even be like fifth, I don't, or fourth in the semi. I don't know, but
mm. I'm starting to think like, of course,
mhm,
in 2012 he finished 11th, and I'm just having this
mhm.
feeling like in here somewhere. I just feel like Moldova's gonna finish 11th again.
No,
It's no, no, you don't think so? I
he
think
finished
it's
11th in the final. Maybe he'll finish 11th in the final,
yeah, but that's what
but
I
not in the
mean.
semi.
That's what I mean.
Oh, okay,
Not
okay,
not in the semi,
okay.
in the final. He's gonna
Yeah,
get
I
the
was
same
gonna.
position as 11 years ago.
Oh,
And
could be.
I mean, I know you're the one who's gonna start, but on the next one. But I just think this is too much of a
Mhm.
good segue to to not
Go
utilize.
on.
If Moldova's finishing 11th again, Sweden is finishing first again.
No,
Okay, it's making it through the semi though, isn't it?
I think
Hmm.
I think so. Yeah.
uh,
No, I mean the only I think it's like second for sure.
you think it's
Because
gonna finish second in the final or in the semi?
in the semi, in the final, I don't know,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but in the semi, because it's televote only, because it doesn't have the juries.
Mm.
I mean, obviously there's the complaints that that it doesn't look as good as in Melody Festival, but
The general audience won't know
no,
that.
they have no idea. It's like we said about Portugal; they
Mm.
don't know that we could have had better.
Exactly.
So, and it still looks good, but on its own, I think it's making it for sure.
Are
So,
you sure? No.
yeah, like
Like if Israel was 90 like 1.02 the money, what is Sweden?
I
Can you
have it
bet on
right
it?
here.
Can you bet on it?
It's 1.01.
I
On
mean,
some bet sites, it's just one.
hmm, I mean, I could
So
just invest 1 million on Sweden qualifying, and I would make like $1,000, right? Is it possible?
I'm doing the math in my head, I guess.
I mean,
But maybe just with inflation, you would you would lose that.
yeah, yeah,
And also, I don't know if the things you gain from betting get taxed or whatever.
probably.
So
Uh,
I
No,
wouldn't
I don't
bother.
know.
I
I'm
don't
I'm not
think.
I'm not a big person on betting, and especially not in terms of Eurovision because I would never win anything.
I have a
I'd
friend of
need.
mine who actually is makes bets. He bets
Oh, a
on
bookie.
arcade. the moment he heard the song, and he got like 500 euros out of it, and then he
Hmm.
bet on Ziti e Buoni before they won Sanremo.
Wow.
And hear me out, this guy bet on Latvia qualifying,
Hmm.
although admittedly he said he was doing it because he loves them, but he expects them to NQ, but he put a bit of his heart in there
Okay, well,
just in case.
hope his
But
heart is with us. You know that it
and
has some
his
power.
wallet.
Hmm. Oh well.
But yeah, I don't really think we need to. I don't think we really need to discuss Sweden's qualifying
Oh,
chances
I
that
I
much.
only want to discuss Sweden for the rest of the stream. Nothing else. Just talk about.
All right. Well, good night, everyone. We're just.
No, we'll just move on straight away. We don't have anything to say.
Uh-huh.
Everyone knows that it's making it. So,
Mhm.
Okay, Azerbaijan. We'll move on to them. And I think it's my turn, even though I kind of
Mhm.
stole your turn for Sweden. So, okay, you go. You go.
Why do I? I don't care.
You
No,
go.
it's not making it, which is it's rough because it's the first time they send a song that's that they actually wrote. I mean, Azerbaijan, the whole country, and it's a very sincere song. It's a very enjoyable song. It's inoffensive though,
Hmm.
and especially in the semifinal, that's full of, like I said earlier, so many in-your-face things, so many big standouts, so many loud, and it mm. the performance, to its credit, is really good. I mean, it suits the song perfectly, and they sound very convincing too. But yeah, I think it's just mainly that this is the type of song that's not necessarily meant for a one-time performance on a massive stage in a contest.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, this could have been like, if I released this song, it would be somewhere in the album, but not a single with a music video or whatever, if that makes sense.
Hmm.
So yeah, I could see it getting maybe a bit of radio play after the contest. Who knows? But
Do you
not
w-
qualifying.
will you be sad about it not qualifying, or will you not care?
Not part. I I mean, no, I won't be sad.
Okay.
I appreciate their effort, and I wish it could get rewarded,
Hmm.
but I don't click with the song that much either. I mean, I like it, but I think the bit of rap section they have in there really throws me off.
Hmm. I get that.
And then also the moment where they rise and then go back. I feel like if I'm listening to something chill and ambient, then just be chill and ambient throughout.
Hmm.
But that's just
Switches up
my
too
own
much.
taste.
Yeah, I can get
It's
that.
what it switches up in a way that doesn't make sense,
Hmm.
in my opinion,
Hmm.
at least, or in a way that's not enjoyable for me.
Hmm. Now, you see, this guy would get incredible,
Hmm.
or will get incredibly sad on Tuesday about Azerbaijan not making it. But I've already come to
Hmm.
terms with the fact it's completely without a chance. And I'll even go
Hmm.
further and say that Latvia and Azerbaijan are the two fighting for 14th and 15th. And I'll
I
throw
would
that
put
in as my.
Ireland in there.
I think Ireland's gonna do better than both of them. It's more accessible. I'll stretch that far
Okay.
and just say that yeah, Switzerland or not Switzerland, Azerbaijan and Latvia are 14th and 15th in the semi. I'll go there, and I'll be the extreme pessimist in this. Um, Basically, as well, I'd say uh, as kind of like echoing what you said, the song doesn't really do, I guess, what you kind of expect a song of its type to do. Like it's
Yeah.
very switching up a little bit like throughout. And maybe that whole part of the song is not really going to click with people. But what I really hope um, for it to be is the fact that people will actually really enjoy the performance that it seems to have. Because the way that it looks right
Hmm.
now, it looks.
It's great. It looks
I'd
great.
go as far to say that it's my favorite visual performance out of the like Finland and Sweden kind of have their own thing, you know. They're just
Yeah.
massive. But Azerbaijan has like the absolute they nailed exactly what would work for a performance for like for a song like this if you have to perform a song in an arena this big, if you have to perform this song in an arena this big, it's just right the way they staged it, I think. Both with the colors, the prop they're
For
standing on,
sure.
the way that they're symmetrically like placed out as well,
I mean,
and the
they're
fact,
twins. They had to.
yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, and like the way they're
Mhm.
dressed as well, I think that adds a character to it as
Mhm.
well. And then this, like the rehearsal clip they chose was just so perfect because this part at the end when it's only one of them singing and playing the guitar and nothing else is going on is like one of these really chilling moments for me. I think he sounds incredible in that small part there at the end, and I hope the rest of the
Mhm.
song will have the same tone. But that's such a beautiful part of the song, and I think
It is.
it will have a similar vibe to it as the outro of Latvia, of course. Like that's also gonna be very hard hitting in the same way. Um,
Mhm.
but yeah, I love the outro to this one, and I can't wait to see the whole 3 minutes of it. I think it might be hard to match how much I enjoyed the last part of the song. Um, but I'm very not hopeful. I'm very
Mhm.
what's it called? I'm very glad to have seen it be this
Yeah.
well presented, and it feels like they've actually been allowed to have budget and ambition behind them to actually do something good with it.
I mean, they saved the songwriting costs, right? Because they didn't hire a prod this time.
Yeah, I think like that. Yeah, yeah,
So they had a bit.
yeah. I mean, I guess so. But the thing is that they didn't do.
Mhm.
We're gonna get to it later. But what I feel like for let's just I'll just mention it right away. We have
Mhm.
Romania in the second semi, and Romania have realized that, oh, not a lot of people like our songs, so they didn't invest anything into it.
They gave up,
Yeah,
and it
Azerbaijan
annoys me
are
because
in,
I like it.
but Azerbaijan are in the same boat. Like people didn't hype it up at all when it
Mhm.
released, and people haven't been talking about it at all. But they still were allowed to actually have a good performance to it. Like they invested something into it, which makes me
Even
happy.
Ireland got
Yeah, even
something to
Ireland
it.
as well. Yeah, for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right. Well, we both think Azerbaijan's not making it, but I will
Yeah.
be the one who's going to be sad about it when it's not happening on Tuesday. Uh, Czechia next. Whose turn is it? I don't know.
Go. You start because it's complicated. I don't know what I'm gonna say.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So,
Yeah.
Czechia and Portugal were the two that I was talking about earlier that I was deciding between, and I ended up not putting Portugal through. So obviously, I have to put Czechia through.
Mhm.
Um, but the thing with Czechia is that I am incredibly not incredibly, but I am somewhat disappointed by the way that it looks on stage and the way that it kind
Mhm.
of like is presented. The thing that I really like is the rap verse. I think that works wonders in the rehearsal
Mhm.
clip we saw. It's very in your face. She sounds great. Also works with the colors behind it. But the chorus is completely lacking like movement. What are you doing?
I am putting a bit of honey on a pancake that I had here.
Okay.
Don't
You
mind
just
me.
take over about Czechia. I don't know.
Keep on talking. It's fine.
I think it's gonna be on the border due to the way that it's performed. I don't think that it's energetic and enjoyable is like not really the right word to use, but I don't think people will be that impressed by
Engaging.
the way. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
engaging. That's a good one. I don't think people will be very impressed with the way that
Mhm.
it's performed, but the song still has enough of unique qualities to really stand out, and people will latch onto the
Mhm.
message as well. So I think it just has enough things going for it to make it through. But I don't think it's very comfortable at all. Unlike when it was released, people were saying, "Oh, Czechia is gonna win," basically, because we didn't really have that many favorites being
Yeah.
released early on. But I
And it
think
was
we're
like the second song released, right? So,
no, it was like maybe ninth or 10th song released.
was
It
it?
was a fair bit into the season, I think.
Okay.
Still though, like we're very far away from that point now. I don't think it has any shot at being towards the top in the final, and I
Mhm.
wouldn't really say that it has a shot of being at the top of the semi either. And I could see it miss out even.
Mhm. Mihailo just said in the chat, if anything shock non qualifies, it'll be Czechia, and I have to agree.
Or Portugal. In my opinion,
I
anyway.
see it qualify. I mean, I then it would really be a shock,
Mm,
but I think Czechia will make it comfortably enough. Well, not okay, maybe not comfortably, but my point is, we heard this song in a very well produced studio with a really great music video that has its own identity, its own aesthetic, and that was what gave it the winner potential. And now we're really disappointed with the live, for sure. I don't know how I would have reacted to it if I was seeing this for the first time now, but I think musically it was always going to get to me, because even musically with, just Spotify or whatever, I really enjoy it. I think the fact that they have the different languages, they have managed to harmonize vocals pretty decently, especially in comparison to the pre-parties, which at the start were subpar.
subpar. Nice way to put
I'm the English teacher now.
it.
But no, I don't know. I think Czechia has too strong of a song and message to really die off. If there's one thing I would sort of compare it to in my mind, it's De Diepte last year,
Hmm.
Netherlands, which when it was released also had a lot of people talking about winner potential. And then the staging was very barren, which worked decently for it because also it's a ballad. It's not a high energy type of song. And her being alone matched the message. Whatever, you can make arguments that that's the why it also ended up doing pretty well. Like I think 11th in the final.
I have no idea.
Yeah,
But
something
I
like
mean,
that.
when like
Mhm.
pre-show, I mean, Netherlands was absolutely like up in the top five in the prediction and the odds, weren't they? They were at the very
Yeah,
top.
yeah.
I completely agree. I think that's a very nice simile with Czechia this year and Netherlands last year.
Hmm.
But I just realized I haven't put a color on it for you. Like, do you think it's gonna make it, or where are we on that? Yeah, you do. Okay, I'll edit this. uh, I think that like now when we see the songs that we have, I think
It's just Malta and Portugal. That's it.
yes, yeah. So both of us have wait 9 at the
Hmm.
moment. And now
Yeah.
comes Santi with the controversial prediction that Finland is not making it, right? Because Netherlands is. Let's hear it.
No.
No.
No, Netherlands is. See, the thing is, it hurts me
Hmm.
to say this, but I don't think Netherlands is qualifying. And Alex, I will send you the recipe after
Hmm.
this, since he
Hmm.
wants pancakes too.
Hmm.
But the thing is, I really enjoyed the song when it came out because I really liked the message to it, and I thought the vocals that carried it were great as well. Then with the whole pre-parties, the performances, the whole story about how basically just Duncan wrote it and assigned it to singers, and it was meant to be for one, and then he added a second, and it's very sort of last minute kind of grabbing things together, and it's not an organic creation, and that hurts a lot more when we're talking about something that's supposed to be deeper and have a message and win over people for emotional connection. If there's the feeling that it's artificial, it hurts a lot. And then but I still thought it was gonna make it. And then the nail in the coffin was, I think, the key change
Hmm.
that they did. Because yeah, I completely understand why they did it, because they were really struggling vocally, and it's better to have this with the is it a key change, a pitch change? No, it's a key change, right?
When? What do you mean? Like,
Like that, instead of the chorus,
I haven't listened to the
they
song enough.
change.
I feel like is there a key change at the end, or what do you mean?
Do you want to try
No,
and endure me singing to listen to? It's
no,
like how
absolutely
originally,
not.
how they were supposed to. I'm losing myself and chasing highs, and and now and so it had an evolution to it, and now it's just self and chasing her and chasing her. It's all at the same
Oh,
height.
it's a long note
This
instead.
is
They took away
no,
the
no, no.
melody.
They still do the highs, but they don't go from I'm losing myself and chasing high, and it fit the high because you're climbing at the same. I thought that was really great, but now it's I'm losing myself and chasing high.
Okay, so it's basically they changed the melody, kind of, or the intonation of it.
Intonation, I think.
Uh,
I don't know musical theory.
I'll have to put some
The
effort
tonal
into
pitch was shifted up.
the tonal pitch to make it easier for them to
That's
hit the high notes. Okay. Oh, so
yeah.
they changed the register in their throat, basically.
I think so.
Have you
Thank you,
not
Philip.
watched the rehearsal clips? I have, but I was focusing on the staging and the lighting, and I haven't listened to this song enough to really judge whatever's going on there. I kind of enjoyed it, but
I have.
I've never come back to listening to it. Like when it comes on shuffle, I'll listen to it, but other than that, no. Sorry. Should we just round off this semi one? Finland, it's crazy, it's party, it's sailing through to the final. I think, right?
It's winning the semifinal and
It's
hopefully winning the
winning
whole thing.
Ooh,
Yeah.
ooh, spicy. Do you think it's gonna win the final as well, with juries having
I don't
50%
know.
of
Wait.
the say?
I am not making a prediction for final results yet. I'm just saying in the semi, in the 100% televote semi, closing it, he's winning.
I can see that happening too. I could see him winning the semi. Then we'll see what happens in the final.
The staging is incredible. It's
Yes.
a way more enhanced thing. It's not
Yes.
like Lorraine, who downgraded. Garia, he upgraded massively.
Yeah, I was actually listening to there's a YouTube channel on like with two Swedish guys who talk about Melodifestivalen and Eurovision a lot that I always watch, and they were talking about it today. They're in Liverpool and they were talking like about basically the Sweden Finland battle, and they said something which absolutely like just clicks with that Sweden had something massive in Melodifestivalen and had to downscale it for Eurovision, while Finland had something like scaled down and were allowed to really like evolve it for the massive stage because of the prior what's it called, like the prior circumstances that Melody Festival but like not circumstances, what you call it, like the opportunities
context?
That you had. Oh god, I'm an English teacher, all right. No, but the
the material conditions.
Wait, I'm actually gonna translate this word.
What's the word in Sweden?
Förutsättningar. Let's see.
I don't know how to spell that.
Förutsättningar. Conditions? No. The word's better in Swedish. But okay, like the starting point that you basically have is very different because Sweden had something so massive in Melodifestivalen. Baseline, I guess, yeah. And Finland had something much smaller. So when Sweden came to Eurovision, they had to scale it down a little bit to make it fit with the conditions you had in Eurovision, basically. And Finland could do the opposite because they had a smaller package from the beginning. And Finland nailed what they were gonna do. Like they expanded it in just the right way, I'd say. Yeah, and I would
and
not.
And also, the song itself is more televote friendly.
Yes, it is. I would not argue though with what's it called? Like I think Finland could absolutely win this semi. I don't think that would that's in doubt. I think they probably have a bigger chance than Sweden winning the semi, especially because they're closing it as well. But for the final, I think the juries will absolutely push Sweden over the line. But that's for another discussion, I guess.
Yeah, we'll talk about that I think next week.
Please let us know in the chat if there is anyone who thinks that Sweden and Finland are not finishing top two in the semi. Because I think that's what we think, right?
Someone earlier was saying Israel could win the semi.
Could win it even.
Oh yeah, Astron says only Israel could snatch it with a 5% chance.
Yeah.
So that's like the only thing that could come. Oh yeah. Also, Bernan mentioned something.
Who?
Netherlands is staging like common linnets, but with zero charisma.
Yeah, and with zero kind of.
Connection between the two.
But another
Chemistry.
part, yeah, but another part, like the camera
Mhm.
work is not like it was in Common Linux
Yeah.
either. Like that was a massive part of what made it so great. Like the intimacy that was being displayed through the screen. This one is like using all of the cuts. They're using maybe not wide shots, but they're not
Mhm.
playing with the camera work in this one, and that also takes you out of the experience.
Philip, yes, we are forgetting Norway because it was first in the running order.
Yeah, but is it really getting top two in the semi? I think it's a very
It could,
comfortable third.
yeah, definitely.
If we were to like make a what's it called, like if we were to say exactly how we think the finishing standards were gonna be, would we be able to do
Mhm.
that?
I can do that
Okay,
right now.
let's actually I'm gonna duplicate this image so we have it on screen here. Let's see how we can actually
Ooh,
do this to make it look okay. I'm just basically gonna rearrange. How do I even do this to make it look
pen and paper.
to make it look
I,
good?
I'm just gonna write it and show it here, and that'll be very easy.
No, but I'm gonna make this into a complete effort. Okay, so basically, I'm gonna start with last place in the semi.
Mhm.
I think. Okay, I'll bring out the controversial opinion. Latvia's gonna finish last in the semi, and then you do your last, basically.
Don't do that. You're hurting me. I think Ireland.
Ireland. All right.
Yeah,
Okay, and then I'll go Azerbaijan 14th.
I agree.
You agree? All right.
Hmm.
Then I will go. Oh God, I've forgotten which songs I thought were gonna miss out now. Okay, so I have Netherlands, Ireland, Portugal. 13th, I'd say Netherlands.
I actually agree. Yeah,
Yep. All right. And then 12th, I'll say Ireland.
and I'll say Latvia. So I just mirrored yours.
Mm-hmm. All right. And then I will say Portugal 11th, of course, and you will say
Malta.
Malta. Yeah, that's right. All right. Okay. Then next qualifiers. In 10th, I'm thinking I'm gonna go like even though I said it was between Portugal and Czechia, I'm gonna go Switzerland 10th.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna go Czechia 9th.
We're not making this interesting because I also agree.
All right. And I just realized I still have Malta in, and now I'm committed. They're gonna finish 8th then, I guess.
Well, bless your heart. I
Ah,
think
yeah, no.
Portugal's finishing eighth. So we're
Port-
literally swapping. We're just doing we
we
swap
have
two, then we have two the same. We
we
swap
have
two, we do two the same.
we have the same top seven. Let's just say that much. All right. Okay. In 7th in the semi, I'm saying Moldova,
I'm saying Croatia.
Croatia. Uh, okay. So the space wasn't enough. So the top six will be like at a different place. This is very unclear how it looks now for everyone, but if you've followed along, you can understand how it's.
It's a good thing I just wrote everything down on my paper because
Okay,
it's much
perfect,
better.
perfect. All right, so basically we both got 6 songs left, and in 6th I'm gonna put Serbia.
And I'm gonna put Moldova.
You're gonna put Moldova, and in 5th I'm placing Croatia,
And I'm putting Serbia.
and you're putting Serbia, and in 4th I'm putting Israel.
Me too. And you can just do the whole top four. I
All
think
right,
because we agree on these,
Norway,
right?
Norway 3rd, Sweden 2nd, and Finland 1st. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I've moved everything now, and it's not really aligned perfectly, but you
Mhm.
get the whole concept, basically. So if you,
Is
okay,
isn't
okay,
my handwriting nice?
it's beautiful. All right. If you look,
I did an
do
effort.
you have the stream on your phone like this, like I do?
Yes, I do.
All right. So you see
I'm a
how it
narcissist watching myself.
looks, right? So basically, the top six are
Yes,
in
terrible.
the mid. Thank you, thank you.
You're welcome.
The top six of us are in the middle. This is very well structured. And then basically
Hmm.
Moldova and Croatia are the 7th, and then it just kind of moves downwards from there. I'll actually edit this a little bit and make it so that it's actually a bit clearer. Just for, I guess. Wait, let's actually do. Okay, wait. Oh, this is an effort and a half.
Julia,
This is perfect to
I
watch
will
on a
be voting for
stream.
Latvia too. Yeah, definitely.
Just watching me edit and move things. It's very a great viewing experience. Um,
And me eating my pancakes still.
yes, that's also very good for the viewing experience. Um, all right, so
Are
basically,
any of you into ASMR?
please don't. Okay, so basically, I mean, this is a little bit better. Everything is very out of place, kind of, because I haven't really synchronized it, but still. Let's do that. Okay, there's our our order. Do you think it looks good, Santi? If you watch the stream, I think that's.
I cannot actually see it because there's a bit of delay, so I'm gonna see it in a few
Oh
seconds.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah,
I'm sure
that's
it
right.
looks.
That's right.
I'm sure it
I
looks
also
great.
realized this purple box is blocking like a lot of
Yeah,
it. So
the lower.
I'll move them up a little bit. There we go. Um, all right. We've only done one semi, Santi, and we've been streaming for 1.5 hours.
Wow.
We got another semi to go. I was thinking like there's basically there's Formula One happening tonight, which I obviously follow very with a lots of dedication. So basically,
Mhm.
I was thinking we're gonna be done before that race starts because it starts at 9. We're not done, and we're gonna do semi two because you don't have anywhere to go, right? No. Uh,
Bed
yeah. Well,
later.
later.
That can wait.
Yeah, me too. So I think what we should do before we start semi two, because it's been a long stream so far, I need to get some refreshments again because I'm running
Hmm.
low. And I
Yeah.
think we'll just take 5 minutes and then we'll be back. How does that sound for you?
Sure. I also just found a mandarin in my bag, but I was just looking for my own mints.
Oh, is that Tic Tacs?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, wonderful.
They're good.
All right, so you open your Tic Tacs, you eat your Mandarin, and we'll be back in 5 minutes, basically.
Oh, do I keep the people entertained, or
Oh, you want to do
or
that?
do you pause the stream?
I mean,
I
I was
could.
thinking I'm gonna put the "Be Right Back" screen on, but if you want to entertain them for the 5 minutes that I'm gone and stacking up, then you're free to do so.
Sure. Yeah,
But
let's do that.
I
I'm
kind of
taking over
feel
the channel now.
I kind of feel a bit worried as well because what if you're starting to what do you call promote hate speech and stuff now when I'm gone? I can't keep you in check.
Am I the kind of person to promote hate speech?
Well, not that I know of, but one may surprise. You might be going undercover and been doing so for years to just
Hmm.
mess with me and
Yeah.
basically get my
All,
channel
all
deleted.
of this build up. I just found your channel one day in 2017, and ever since I've
Ever since
plotted
you were like,
to
yeah,
this very moment.
to this very moment, we're finally here. Okay, so ground rules when I'm gone and you entertain.
Hmm.
Don't play any
Yeah.
copyrighted music because last night my stream got taken down midway because I was playing copyrighted music. So
Okay.
do not do that. Um, Another ground rule: no promotion of hate
Anton is
speech.
a No. Anton is asking me to sing. Does that
uh,
count as copyrighted material?
Third ground rule: no singing.
Don't sing. Thank you
and
for saving me.
yeah, I guess yeah. Enjoy 5 minutes
Mhm.
with Santi while I'm away. And
Thank you. We're
the
gonna.
my channel is all in your hands, and I'll just run away now. Is there anything else you want to say to me before I go?
Um, not that I can think of.
All right. So while I'm gone, I'm basically gonna move Santi here, and
Mhm.
I'm gonna cover the entire screen with just Santi. There we go. Wonderful. And yeah, feel in focus. It's just perfect as well because your camera has started lagging right as I made
Uh,
your
oh
face the
God.
entire screen. Um, so maybe you will all see just a
Yeah,
still
that's
image
perfect.
of.
So I'm sure it's frozen on a very
I
good
mean, yeah, exactly. I
for
mean,
5 minutes. Just one picture.
what's even going? How? Why doesn't it? Oh my god! I was about to leave a while ago, but your image is actually completely frozen. Oh my
That's
god!
great.
This is
Awesome. How do? Do I
wow.
hang on? I'm going to restart the thing that we're using.
Okay. Well, now he's gone. Sorry. Well, this is a very convenient stream. I mean, we've lost 20 viewers just by doing this, but it's fine. It's fine. I think some of you might be having a good time. Who knows? Okay, he's back and it's working. There we go. All right, I'm running away. Have fun
Perfect.
entertaining the chat, Santi. I'll be back
Okay.
soon. Bye bye.
We can do a Q&A because Alipan Rosendal, tell us about yourself. Sure, I just don't know what to tell. Singing actually receives copyright strikes, even out of tune. Dang it. Well, maybe they'll get Root for Netherlands earlier then. Carrot is Mandarin. Put the be right back message over his face. Wait, I can make a be right back message. I just need to see how it looks on the screen. Hang on. Is there a way? God, because of the delay on the stream, I'm also not seeing the stuff in real time. So I can write be right back on a piece of paper, and I wanted to like put an arrow pointing to wherever he is. Okay. Oh, wait. I got two questions. That's more interesting than the paper. Let's see. In order. Where are you now, and what are you doing in your life? I'm in Brussels right now. This is where I live, and I'm in uni. I'm in my 4th year of med school, and yeah, and that's where I am. Alex, I'm gonna explain. My top 5 this year, in order: Finland is my winner. Then it's Serbia, Spain, biased, Norway, and Latvia. And I'm really scared for Latvia. And we just talked about it. Santi, what do you think of the stage of the song of Portugal? Did you also get a bad impression? Yeah. We were talking about it earlier, that it sort of feels empty. I think it's still pretty solid, even with all the other stuff. But there is like I wanted, this is the type of very playful song that could have had a really nice, cabaret type staging, like put on some velvet curtains and then some fancy tables with lights that you can then use as a light show to play around, make the people use the castañas, the like the stuff that they actually use in the chorus for the instruments. There have like a like can type dress or whatever. I mean, she kind of does that, but it's not a big synchronized thing. They could have been on a platform like a real estate, or the couch was a good option as well. Basically, there is a lot of missed potential here. That's that's a thing. Explain the Romanian flag on your wall. That is not. Is it? Yeah, I'm pointing the right direction. That is not the flag of Romania. That is actually the correct flag of Spain, the Republican one, which we had when we got rid of the monarchy, and which hopefully we will have again soon, because I do not like the royal family. And I got it actually from the Spanish people who were at the May 1st protest. And someone thought it was the Pan flag. It is actually not the Pan flag. However, I do have the Bai flag right on the other side. So close enough. What was your first Eurovision memory? So that's that's actually pretty funny, because my first Eurovision memory is Baila el Chiqui Chiqui in 2008, because obviously it was a massive joke in Spain and in my family with my cousins, whatever. That's how I found out about Eurovision. Technically, I also knew the song Wild Dances, and I really liked it. I just didn't know it was a Eurovision song. But then I never got into watching it up until 2015. 2015, I watched and I fell asleep before the end of the final. And then 2016, I also watched, and after that, I started really following the thing and listening to the songs before the shows, and here I am since here.
I could just start making this. I mean, I could just
Oh, hi.
basically leave and watch the race, and I'll just leave you taking care of the stream. That was, I mean, it just worked very conveniently. You just took over, and basically now it's
Right?
your channel. You're welcome. Um, love how everyone started asking you questions. It's such a nice little community.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you enjoy your time over on this channel, Santi. I'm enjoying having you
I am.
around. Um, and yeah, you just helped me out in keeping the audience entertained while
It's been great.
yeah, I stocked up. I only have one carrot left, but I got myself some black pink Oreos. So I, I'm set. And yeah, I mean
Is
we.
this a story of how you're coming out as a Blink?
Oh yes, I mean we. No, it's like stuff you buy in Korea. You just like you only see it there, and you're like, man, I should
Mhm.
actually buy that. It's just fun stuff. Uh, no, but I mean, I'm set to go for a semi two. I hope you are as well. I was like waiting for you to finish one of the
Mhm.
questions before interrupting.
Oh, I'm good. Don't worry.
I guess there were more questions to you. Um,
Um,
is there anything you want to
I
answer
don't
before
think
we?
there's. Oh, someone's asking if I'm related to Cazorla, which I just had to Google
It's a
because
footballer.
I do not follow football that closely.
Yeah, well,
And he's also called Santi, but no.
yeah. I
Uh,
mean, it's very rare that you're related to someone who
Santiago
has
is just
this.
a common
Yeah,
name.
I mean, it's pretty rare that you're related to someone who has the same first name as you. It's usually the other way around, huh? So, mm,
Typically.
typically, yeah. Well, regardless,
But I'm not gonna dox myself and my family name here.
yeah, yeah. Don't do that. Don't do that. We remain anonymous. We're gonna move on to semi-final
Totally.
two. I prepared it here. We got a little screen of 16 songs. I don't think we have anything else to discuss before we get right into this. So yeah, something I mentioned is like when your camera was starting to freeze and everything, and we were like talking about
Hmm.
the pause. Basically, 20 people just left the the stream, and and now we've lost
I
another
just
10.
got
So we're just losing viewers, but there are still 76 people here right now, which is insane. So happy to have everyone around.
76 people decided to stay after just seeing my face frozen and zoomed in.
Exactly. Exactly. Wow,
Thank
it's
you.
wonderful, wonderful. Um, we'll dive right into semifinal two. I haven't really prepared what I think of these either, but
Hmm.
I think we'll just kind of casually go through it and just it worked fine
Yeah.
last time, so yeah.
Hmm.
Um, is this the hate speech Groot feared? What did you say, Santi?
S
Oh, you froze again. Wonderful.
uh, nothing.
Well,
No, I didn't
this,
say any
this
hate. Oh,
it's very anticlimactic
hang
because
on. I'm going to
you keep
restart this again
freezing.
now.
Terribly sorry, everyone. If we lose even more viewers now, it's completely understandable. But thank you for sticking around if you still are. Hmm. Let's see. Oh yeah, when he leaves, I have to allow him back in because he's probably sitting and waiting. Yeah, he is. There we go.
No, I,
There. All right, you're back. Okay, good,
yeah,
good.
I was trying to open the tabs to see the odds at the same time, and opening the tabs
Yeah,
was the thing that killed it.
don't do that. Don't do that.
I won't.
You just be here. Don't mess with
Mhm.
anything. I've learned that the hard way. Like the more things you try and do while you're streaming, the less the stream is gonna work. So
Yeah.
we'll just stick around here. We're gonna talk some songs. I started last time, so you're gonna start this time. That's most fair. And you will let us
Okay.
know, is Denmark making it to the final?
Uh,
Sums up everything. Just ugh.
no, but this is like the single most difficult song of the whole semifinal for me to predict
Oh
because let me do the like kind of like the pros and cons, but like the reasons it would qualify and the reasons it wouldn't. The reasons it would, it's a very also inoffensive song. It's, I mean, it's basic kind of bubblegum pop, I think is how I'd call it.
yeah.
Like maybe too sweet for a lot of people, but I can see it getting radio play afterwards. Uh, and the staging is looking pretty nice, like with the whole concept they have with the room that's going to shift between different rooms. It's a nice thing to open on. So those are the pros for it, and it's very catchy. I mean, I listen to it actually pretty frequently. Uh,
I don't.
like in studio, I really okay. No, I just really enjoyed in studio as a background music. Maybe not as a performance on a stage, but I do enjoy it. Now, the reasons it could not qualify, um, the song genre isn't for everyone. Like I don't really see, the grandma public voting for this
Is that my
nearly as
public?
much as
Because I'm part of the the audience that don't click it, so it's me and the grandmas.
you can take it as a compliment, as an insult, as nothing. You do what you want to do with that information.
I'll ponder on what I think about that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But especially the chorus with the vocal effects, I think is going to be a turnoff for a lot of people.
Mm.
And as well as I find that there's a sort of, I mean, it is very artificial, noticeably so. It's very like everything is polished, everything is well produced, everything is set up to look good, to look perfectly. And I think in Eurovision they usually reward stuff that's more raw, so to speak. Stuff that sometimes is a bit rough around the edges that isn't necessarily perfect, but that just is great anyway. And this is just a bit too neat. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And then there's also the fact that it's first in the running order, and it's not a particularly strong opener. I think choosing it to open was a fairly random decision
Mm.
in the sense that it's not a big catchy song. It's not a very energetic. It's just a nice track.
I mean, everyone was predicting Belgium to open the semi, surely.
Yeah,
That felt like
that
the
made sense,
obvious
honestly.
choice, right? And then just
Yeah.
out of nowhere, Denmark. Something that I have to comment on there, though, like what I've been thinking
Hmm.
about when we saw the rehearsal clip, it's very strange because there's absolutely no interaction with this spinning house or whatever it is during that
Yeah,
clip.
because it's the end.
Yeah, but it made me think, like, how much is that prop actually gonna be used throughout this song? Because like at
Mm.
the end of there, it just looks completely out of place to just have this massive building behind him when he's not interacting with it whatsoever. And I'm kind
Yeah.
of like really turned off by the color aesthetic choice. And I think like it could be a nice choice with these colors contrasting, but I think it looks
Hmm.
actually really awful, like visually, and especially with this massive building in the background, not adding anything to that part of the song. Um,
It's too like bold and bright and in your face in the sense
yeah, it
that if you're
is.
going to have it in the background, then it shouldn't be standing out.
Yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
Um, I don't think you ever mentioned if you think it will qualify or not. You were just like, "Oh, it's the
No,
most difficult one, and I don't know." But you say
I
no.
gave the politician answer. I don't know. You tell me first. You say what you think, and then
Oh,
I'll
and
give
then
my
you.
own decision, and then I'll pick the opposite just to be annoying,
Oh, really? Yeah, please do. Because
just for variety's sake.
yeah, exactly. I don't think it's making it. Please stop scrambling your Tic Tacs. It's
Bit of
incredibly loud.
ASMR.
No,
Sorry,
thank you.
everyone.
Yeah, Denmark. No, I might be the optimist in me because I don't want to see it go through,
Hmm.
but I don't think it will. Because I think
Hmm.
like something that has become quite poignant for me lately is that a lot of the songs in the semi have really been elevated by their performances. I mean, we will talk about them later, but I just think about songs like, for instance, Albania and Cyprus, which I was very skeptical towards before if they actually had a shot, and even Poland are now in that mix as
Hmm.
well. And then I just think there are too many songs that I think kind of like have better chances at qualifying than Denmark have now. So I'm
Okay,
saying
well,
no.
I'm going to be a contrarian and say yes, even though it's definitely not a confident yes.
Hmm. But it's always
And
good to have some variety here.
I think a further point on Denmark is that they're not really. This song wasn't necessarily. I mean, it was very much written artificially, whatever, created in a lab for success.
Hmm.
That's the impression I get. But it wasn't created for Eurovision success. I think their goal is to use that as a platform just for an overall career. I mean, he's already popular on TikTok and in South Korea, especially.
Hmm.
I mean, I think that that also fits with the whole like big, bright, bold colors. That like it's a sort of K-pop clip aesthetic, but brought to a, I don't know, bubblegum pop. Like I said, I don't know.
Mm.
This is very very weird to explain, but I think they're not really aiming to necessarily appeal to a. I'm not gonna say a European public, a Eurovision public at any
Mm.
rate.
Something that I think though is like, of
Hmm.
course, this is 100% televote, and I mean, he didn't win the televote in his own national final,
Yeah,
and
juries would make this qualify because they
mm,
always like a bit of radio friendly. Also, this
yeah,
side
it's
is too.
very, very, very radio friendly. Um, but I think as well, like there are too many. Like, who is going to be the one person that thinks like, out of all of these 16, that's the one I want to vote for? I just can't see that.
His fandom, I guess. But if they're all stuck in South Korea, then they're not really gonna.
Oh, oh well. Um, I gotta be honest. Like, obviously, I mean,
Mm,
I do know my fair share of Korean people and have been there, and
mm.
I had no idea that he was actually a thing there, and I've asked people and they don't know him, so I don't know how big this
I
success in
don't think he's
Korea
a big
actually
thing.
is. Yeah, I don't think he's an actual big thing, but I get it. He's had a hit song that like people have heard there, but I'm not sure how big he actually is over there. I'm not so sure on that part. But okay, moving on.
I'm write them down as a qualifier for me,
Yeah,
just
I
so I
did.
can
I
have some
did.
variety.
I
Okay.
did. I think that's absolutely what we should try and aim for. That we don't have the same 10 qualifiers. So yeah,
Hmm.
good so
So
far.
far, so good.
So far, so good. It's not going to maintain though, because well, I mean, I can't know for sure, but Armenia is making it in my book. There is absolutely no way
Yeah.
that they're not making it, and you just said, yeah, you too, so I'll color it in. Um, Probably, like, looking at all of these songs in the semi, this is the one that I think looks the greatest in terms of its performance. It's a close battle with another song that's coming
Hmm.
later from the same
Hmm.
area of the world, let's say.
Yeah, I know exactly what
Yeah,
you mean.
exactly. I can't really like. I'm still keeping it a bit of a an unknown for people who don't know their geography, but no. But I mean, visually, it seems like the most striking package in this semifinal, I'd say. But it's very difficult to tell as well because we've seen 30 seconds, we have not seen 3 minutes, and I've said this so many
Hmm.
times. I'm worried about how it's actually going to maintain the interest throughout the entire runtime if she's only going to be sitting on this platform throughout the entire runtime of the song. That
She
will be a bit.
stands up at the end.
Oh, she stands up at the end. You know that.
I
Okay.
know.
Okay.
They showed it in the first rehearsal clips,
Uh huh. And
and there's a
that was the
brilliant
ending part
light
of the song.
show.
But that was at the end of the
The
song.
the last chorus before she starts singing in Armenian.
Okay. Okay.
And there was a really good light show behind her, like
Mm.
moving and very. I mean, I just love dynamic lights.
Yeah,
And
for
if you
sure.
remember, like Lithuania, the Roop discotheque,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
that one, I adored the light show in that one.
Mm. Absolutely. And so this one has a bit of a
Hmm.
similarity there.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, I think it looks incredibly promising, and I trust them completely
Hmm.
to nail the whole thing. But I'm always going to be a
Hmm.
bit on the fence when I've only seen 30 seconds. We can't make up our minds entirely yet, but it looks fantastic the way it is now. And I mean, now we're just considering which songs will make it through, and I don't think there is really anyone out there who thinks Armenia is missing out this year, right?
It's definitely making the final.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's making it into the final,
yeah.
and probably top three in the semi as well, or
Mm,
at
I
least or
mean,
top maybe fourth
we'll get
or
to that
fifth.
later, right?
Yeah,
But I'm not going to
let's say
argue on
top
that.
five.
Let's say top five.
Yeah, I'm just
Okay.
a bit biased with my. Ooh, let me show it because it's a very cool design. While I'm at it, look at how awesome this cross looks. Can you
Uh,
see anything?
yeah, kind of.
Wait, this is the other side. Isn't this cool?
Fantastic, Santi. Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome. It's a birthday gift from my dad. So,
Oh,
mhm.
cute.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Um, I You just like I don't know how to segue from that. Should I comment more about the cross or should we just ignore it now? Like it is you put me
Wait,
in an
wait,
awkward
wait.
position now.
I'm going to do it. So,
Hmm.
we you know what the cross protects against?
What?
Vampires. And where do they come from?
Well, from fictional novels.
Transylvania, Romania.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We have Alex in the chat as a Transylvanian representative as well. Like this was
He's.
his moment.
I don't think he's here
Is
anymore.
he?
No. But
Did
keep going.
Alex abandon us?
You just
I'm so
pretend
sorry.
that he's here and you continue. Talk about
Right.
Romania. Let's go.
Crosses, vampires, Romania. The poor. I feel so bad for him. He just got. They just said, okay. Honestly, the song had a potential. Like with. I'm just angry at the Romanian broadcaster because I enjoy this song.
Mm-hmm.
I think he sings it super well.
Mm.
He has great delivery for it. The performance from the national final was chaos, but I enjoyed it anyway.
At least you remember that one, though.
Yeah, see, like that would have been better than the nothing we got. And then they just were just like, okay, you just go on stage and we'll give you yellow, I guess, and or orange, and then you just do your thing.
Don't forget that they have him on the backdrop as well, dressed in a regular white
Mm.
sweater and just standing like with his arms around his back and just like completely frozen still. Looks very awkward on the backdrop as well because the backdrop is like basically it looks like it's taken from Lord of the Rings. And then he's standing there in a typical ordinary white sweater. So I don't
That's
know. I don't know what to make of that.
I think they didn't know what to make of it either, and that's why they just threw random things.
I kind of
They
gave
gave
up.
up on it.
Yeah, they gave up on it.
Yeah,
So
he
not going
Theodore
through,
is
I
putting
guess.
effort into it, but
Yeah, for sure.
sadly not. I even think it's. Let me just check the songs in here. I think it's a contender for Dead Last,
Mm,
possibly.
possibly. Yeah.
Okay, no, never mind. San Marino's in here, but
Mm. Oh,
but other
Alex
than
just say, "I wish I wasn't here though, because I don't want to hear about TGT."
well, let's move on then.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
think we both agree it's not making it.
yeah, no, no. I mean, if Romania couldn't qualify with either Amnesia or On a Sunday, they have no business qualifying with this. Just my 2 cents. And not to be like this. This is a maybe a. It could be considered a bit harsh, but I'm hoping for him to take the worst result for Romania because I think at the moment Amnesia has that.
It's on a sun. Is
Oh,
it?
is it on a
Oh,
Sunday? I thought it was Amnesia who had it, but
well,
it's one of those
either way,
two.
you love both of them.
I do, yeah. So I'm kind of hoping that he takes that away
Someone is
from
saying
them.
he's wearing Pokemon SpongeBob
Have
socks.
you not seen that? The images from the
No,
rehearsals, they showcase his socks. The first rehearsal, he had Pikachu on them. Like he has completely yellow socks, and there was Pikachu, and then he changed them for the second rehearsal, and he had SpongeBob on them instead.
I love this guy so much. Why did they just this poor
Oh,
guy?
oh,
Like,
well, he has a future. He's young. He's young. He's still, you know,
yeah,
he has his future ahead of him.
that's
Should
that's the most optimistic thing we can say about Romania is he has a future.
kind of, yeah. Unfortunately, but yeah.
Yeah.
Um, Alex just said on a Sunday got 13th and Amnesia 12th, so I guess on a Sunday is the worst result then. Ugh.
Well, don't worry.
Oh,
Digital
I
will
said,
probably be the worst.
I just realized, like Jay Sora is complaining about the way I say Pikachu because I didn't say Pikachu.
It's Pikachu.
Yeah, but in Sweden it's Pikachu. So,
Well, I guess in the Japanese they do it like Pikachu, like in the anime or
oh,
whatever.
what a great what's it
I
called?
know.
Yeah.
Voice acting.
Voice acting for sure. Should get hired. Let's move
Mhm.
on. Estonia.
Yeah. Let me
Um,
just get my helium balloon.
no, no, no.
Um,
Wait, who started? You started on Romania, so I'll start on Estonia. And I think Estonia's
yeah,
making
yeah.
it. It's been somewhat kind of
Hmm.
like a little bit like this is one of those that I was very
Hmm.
confident about like all the time. Like it was just like the fact that it was in this semi. I was like, yeah, Estonia has no real competition. It's just gonna sail through because of what it is. But the hype has really kind of died down about it. Like there hasn't been massive hype, but everyone's just been kind of in
Yeah,
agreement that's like,
I was gonna
uh,
say what hype.
no hype, but it's like everyone's been kind of in agreement. Like, yeah, this is gonna sail through in like eighth, and no one's really gonna care. Kind of that vibe I've gotten from it.
Hmm.
But now lately, I kind of start thinking a bit like since some songs have kind of got boosted with their performances, Estonia seems to have been a bit maybe forgotten even more, and now people are like putting other
Hmm.
songs ahead of it. I still think it's enough to like put it through, but I think it's very much on the border at the moment. Even though I really enjoy what they're like how they perform it, and I think she's really great. Um, but I do not think this is a done deal or anything. But I'm still saying it's gonna go through.
Okay, I'm gonna be the contrarian again and say it's
Ooh,
not making it through.
very nice. Here we
Honestly,
go.
for this semi, I'm just like saying random stuff at this point. It's just I don't know. But the thing with Estonia is that if again, it's one of those songs. If juries were here, it would sail through. But the thing is, it's I mean the performance is great. I like her vocals are immaculate. Everything about it is just extremely solid, extremely secure.
Hmm,
But being I don't know, being televote only this early in the semifinal as well,
yeah,
and the song doesn't. I guess it has a bit of the piano playing itself gimmick for the memorability factor,
for sure.
but right after that you have Belgium just showing up with a guy voguing with a cattail and Iceland doing cartwheels
Hmm.
and whatever Poland is doing with their movie maker effects,
Movie
like
make.
there's a lot to just immediately make Estonia get lost in this whole bunch of things.
Hmm. There's actually an interesting point
And
from
then hmm
Hien HKS here. Does she really compete with others though? Isn't she really in her own genre? And there is a point to that, but I think that Armenia and possibly even Georgia could kind of fight for the same kind of points, like the same kind of votes. And
hmm
I'd probably say
like it's
mainly
not
Armenia.
yeah, even you could add Lithuanian to the bunch. It's not
Mm,
necessarily about the genre of the song, but it's more about the sort of the sort
it's
of vibe it emits that would make you vote for it.
and
There's
its
other
audience,
songs
I
that are
guess.
some
Like they have a lining.
audience is exactly what I meant, but
Yeah, yeah. They apply they appeal to the same kind of audience, I guess.
Mhm.
So basically, at the moment, we have both Armenia and you just chose Denmark instead of Estonia. That's basically our
Yeah.
difference so far. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Estonia, I also have like a personal thing with. It's I think it's my third to last, which
Well, you're
I
just
almost feel
biased
bad
because
about.
they didn't send Ollie. So.
Don't remind me like
uh,
that. Don't
I'm just
hurt me like this.
exposing
We
your
could have had him
bias.
in the final so easily. Ugh.
Yeah, we could have had Niklas from Denmark too. I mean, at least
Yeah, but I don't care
I
about
will die on that hill that he was qualifying in this. Maybe he wasn't,
probably.
but
Wait, was that no? Sören was the Liga hit. I God, I don't. No,
yeah,
Niklas was the
Niklas
rock.
was freedom. Yeah.
They were knockoff.
All right, all right. Well, I will still
Sorry.
I will
Hmm.
tell myself for the rest of my life the fact that he was definitely qualifying if they sent him,
Hmm.
and I will
Yeah.
never because no one can ever prove me wrong on that.
Hmm.
All right, should we move on? We got Belgium
Yeah.
next, and I think it's you start.
Oh, because I'm in Belgium right now, right?
No,
I
but
think
because
it's
you
making it
started
for.
on Denmark and Romania, you think it's making it? You
Yes.
say? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's if juries were here, they would penalize it enough to possibly make it an unqualifier. But being a televote only, I think it's definitely making it. I mean, the song is just, especially coming after a fairly safe ballad like Bridges. I think there's a kind of audience that's going to be like, we're watching this to have fun. We're watching this for a party.
Mm-hmm.
and then Belgium shows it. And he also has great vocals, and the backing singers behind him really add to it.
Mm.
The whole dance gives it a lot of character. I mean, it's very camp, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I th-
But
but I think there's enough of an audience for it, and it's genuine. He is just genuinely very likable.
hmm. And it's also like the definition. There is
Hmm.
nothing like this in this semi.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
has its
charming.
complete own audience,
Anyway.
I'd say.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, something that I
Hmm.
was really reflecting on though when we saw the rehearsals is that I think the backing vocals are way too loud. Like they drown him out completely anytime they come
Hmm.
in, which I do not
Yeah,
like. I think that like the perfect match of how to incorporate backing vocals was when, well, of course, when Sweden did it, but when Sweden did it in 2019, it was the
mm,
perfect balance. Here, I think the backing vocals, anytime they come in, they really like his vocals become incredibly hidden and just don't show through at all, except for when he's going like his on his small like vocal rides on his own, when he's kind of
yeah.
going freestyle and whatnot. But when they all sing in unison, he's completely drowned out, and I like that's a pet peeve of mine. A
I feel
backing
like I
vocal
enjoy it more, but
because of
because
it.
I enjoy the voice. Yeah, I mean, his voice is great. Don't get me wrong,
Mm,
but the backing vocalist voices are also really good, and I
of
just really
course.
love when it's a big loud chorus, not necessarily one standing in front of the others.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think it works.
yeah. For a prediction, let's actually see how many songs. I I haven't planned, but I think it's
Yeah,
making
to
it through
cancel.
too. But I don't think it's like
You can change it later.
I could change it later. You're absolutely right. Um, I'm just like looking at the songs, and I feel like I have to start planning a little bit in my head. Wait.
And in that time, I will say that John Lundvik did not set the bar for perfect backing vocalist. It was Albania in 2010 with "It's All About You."
um, I mean, there have been many examples earlier on as well. We had when you remember the woman who sang "Vuelve Conmigo."
Mhm.
She was like backing vocalist for
Yes,
Andorra
yes, yes,
in like
yes.
yeah. So I mean, we've had some
Okay,
standout
and
backing
that,
vocals performances before that as well.
yeah, I thought you meant the "Vuelve Conmigo" backing vocals were also some. They were
Oh
incredible.
yeah,
They
of
were what
course,
made
of
this
course.
song. Hmm.
There are
Like,
more of
especially
those.
because thematically fit the ben.
Yeah, yeah, of course, because it's like the
Yeah.
call response
Hmm.
technique. Very effective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, let's move on. I have nothing to add about Belgium really. I mean, it's not my thing, and I'm still gonna like cry every time I think that they didn't send Gala, but it is what it is.
I also wanted her,
Yeah, yeah.
but
We're in this world now, and we just have to deal with it. Let's move on
it's fine.
to Cyprus. I don't know why I said it like that,
Kypros.
but yeah, Kypros.
Hmm.
Ah,
Hmm.
oh, Kypros. Yeah, Cyprus is obviously they have 12 points for free, and they have a pretty well polished performance altogether. He sounds really good, I'd say, from the
Hmm.
rehearsals. I was a bit surprised. I will always have a what's it called? Have an issue with Panic Records because they block everything that ever exists. Uh,
Yeah,
so yeah, if you go on my channel and you want to watch the rehearsals with me, you can't because basically Panic Records has taken that down and muted everything. But I can vouch for the fact that he sounds really good, and I think they stage it very well as well. Something that I'm very
hmm,
intrigued about is the way that it's gonna shift in colors throughout the performance, which we have not seen from the
hmm.
rehearsals, but we've seen from the images. I don't know if you've checked the images. Have you?
I think I have, but I think I also forgot about them.
Yeah, because if you did, then you would have known about Romania's socks. I think at least.
I didn't check every image.
Yeah, okay. Because for
Uh,
Cyprus, there's like different color
mhm,
gradings for the different parts of the song, and we've only seen
mhm,
the blue part for the rehearsal. The light
mhm.
is fine like that, Santa. You don't have to worry about it.
I'm messing
It's
around with it.
yeah, but it's better if you did.
I,
uh,
I'm
okay,
gonna I'm
all
gonna
right.
find a way to make this look nice. Maybe
While
on the other
while
side.
you do that, I'll just
Yeah,
color in
yeah.
Cyprus and say that I think they're making it. Um, so yeah, and now enjoy listening to Santi moving his furniture around because it's very pleasing for the
It's
ears and
it's.
for the eyes, I guess.
You want me to pull out the Tic Tacs again?
No, no.
No. Uh,
Is Cyprus making it, Santi? Let me know.
yes, yes. Also, because of what Alex just said in the chat, Australia might also vote for him because he is Australian and he was in their selection last year.
Oh yeah.
I don't know
So
how many
24 free
people
points.
are. I don't know if it's going to be 24. I don't know how many uh, avid Andrew Lambrew stands are going to be awake at 4 a.m. to vote for him.
I mean,
Andy
if there is
mentions.
someone who's gonna
Mhm.
be awake at 4 a.m., it's probably them. So
Fair point. Maybe they have
mhm.
more influence on the Tava then.
Yeah.
But you mentioned the vocals. Andy and Frajola, I think, just mentioned they just have the pre-recorded vocals in the back really loud.
So it's not like the general viewer will notice that.
No,
What I'm
it
saying
sounds
is
good.
that it
It
sounds
just
good.
annoys me too. Mhm.
I'm not saying
It
that
does
he sounds
sound.
fantastic. I'm saying that it
Mhm.
sounds good. Maybe I worded it wrong, but the when you listen to it, it sounds pitch
Yes,
perfect.
yes. No, I mean I agree. It's a very honestly, it's a very safe song. It's a very safe performance. I, I think it's a safe qualifier too. I mean, I don't
All
think
right.
it's going to be like top three or whatever because the odds have it. I think third in qualifying odds.
Ooh.
Funnily enough,
Wow.
I can see it, but I see. I guess it's just a matter of like it's very likely to qualify, even if it's not going to be winning the semi or anything.
Mm.
And then Alex also says he's very likable, which in Alex language is code word for likable. I respectfully disagree, but Alex has his tastes. But that could definitely get him some points as well.
Oh,
So
because he's wearing a
yeah,
sleeveless shirt and shows his muscles, basically. Okay.
I
Okay.
guess
All
so.
right. All right. All right. Fine.
But yeah, he's qualifying anyway.
Yeah,
Cyprus is
he
making
is.
it.
He is. Okay. Let's moving. Wait. Let's moving on. Let's move on. And I think it's your turn to talk about
Mm-hmm.
Iceland. Okay, let's go, Santi. What are we saying?
This is a tough part where I have the little angel and demon on my shoulders,
Oh yes,
because one
the
side
mini
of me
Santis.
just the mini Santas. On one hand you have Santa, and on the other you have Satan, and in the middle you have
Oh, that's
Santa listening
good.
to both of them.
That's good. I like that.
I really want Iceland to qualify.
Hmm.
I really love the song. I think it's it kind of has the Latvia problem where if you want to find it interesting, you have to listen out for it too.
Hmm. I think it's more accessible than Latvia,
Mm-hmm.
though, isn't it?
It's more accessible um to listen to it, if that makes sense. But it has the same sort of, if you want to really enjoy it,
Mm.
then you have to listen because it has a lot of details. There's this like little synth part that sounds like a seagull. I don't know if you've noticed that
Sounds like a
when you heard.
seagull.
Yes, I'm not making this up.
Okay.
Like when she's in the pre-chorus and you're like, in
No,
my
don't
hands,
sing.
and then
We're not
I'm
gonna
not
get
I'm
copyrighted.
not going to I'm not. It's fine. It's too bad to be copyrighted.
Hmm.
And there's a little like there's like a little echo.
There's an echo of a
There's
seagull.
all yeah.
All right.
That's you will listen to it again
Okay.
and you will
Okay.
notice it.
But I'll just ask something. Is this
Anyway,
seagull echo? Is that what's gonna make the difference between qualifying or not? Or what? What are we saying?
no, the Seagull Echo was just an example that it has a lot to it that I really enjoy, but that
Yeah.
I don't think most people will notice or care to notice or just generally care about.
Hmm.
I think most people won't really click with the song, and the only thing that could save it is the absolute energy she puts into the performance.
Yep.
That would be the one saving factor. And now I have to look. at my predictions. Calculate
You
if I
have
have this as a
four already.
qualifier.
I mean, you have four already.
Yeah, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Mm,
You can remove something if you
screw it.
want.
It's qualifying. I don't care. It's qualifying. I'm manifesting it.
All right, go ahead with the manifesting or manifestation. That's what you say, right?
Yeah, I guess.
um, I'm gonna kind of root for your wish or your prediction to come true. I do like it. I nowhere near as much as you
Hmm.
like it, but I think it has character. I think it has drive and energy, and I
Hmm.
think it's really enjoyable to listen to.
It has power, you could say.
Stop it. Um, and you messed it up as well because you
Mm-hmm.
should. It has power. You didn't do the
Mm-hmm.
p.
Yeah,
I don't
because
even
I
know
would
what
get
this.
copyrighted.
Oh damn! And now I did it.
You ruined your own video.
Yikes! Yikes! Okay. Well, I'm saying that Iceland is not making it, uh, because I think that you're onto something with the fact that her performance is a saving grace for it, somewhat,
Hmm.
and her energy and all of the acrobatics and stuff. But something that I've really been thinking a lot about when watching the rehearsals is that it looks very dark. It's like a performance that you don't really. It doesn't seem
Yeah.
that inviting, I'd say, because she's barely like visible. It's mostly just working with a bit of a too much of a dark tone, I'd say. And I think that people will not really click with that. I love this whole concept with the plant-based theme behind her and all of that, and the colors.
Growth and whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But and also the colors. But there's a too like the shade is too dark, I'd say, and that kind of
Hmm.
leaves the impression that it's a bit cold. It's a bit anonymous because of it, and I think that's just what's gonna make it fall a bit short here. I think it's
See,
gonna have
I've
its
heard that.
fans, but yeah, not enough.
See, I've heard that complaint before that it's too dark, and my first reaction was, well, this is probably what Icelanders see as light and bright, you know. But I think also thematically, it really fits to have just this one little girl in white with all her energy against the dark backdrop. It's very fitting for this song.
One
But
little
I agree
girl.
that
She has more muscles than the guy from Cyprus.
she has more muscles than I do as well.
Yeah,
She,
than all of us do.
but you know what I mean. On that big stage, she's right there. She has her power. I think it fits thematically. So I really appreciate this staging, but I completely get what you mean that it's not going to get people in.
Mm,
I hope there's some sort of brightness moment at the end.
yeah, I think it needs that to kind of show some contrast.
Because if there is that, then I would be a bit more confident in my prediction.
Mm,
But yeah, I'm gonna admit I just predicted as a qualifier for variety's sake, and then
because you want it. Yep.
mm,
All right. But it's nice to have some variety here. We have some differences. Let's see if we have
mhm.
another one now because Greece. Well, in my book, it's there's no way. I mean, it's gonna get 12 points from Cyprus, but oh my, this is. I mean, I've been overly negative about this song all all the time, and if you're a fan of this song, then maybe you're like annoyed at me at this point.
Then mute
But
this for like 5 minutes.
yeah, mute this for 5 minutes if you want to, because this is firstly the song that I it's a very harsh word to use, but I honestly despise it because it's produced in such a way that I can't wrap my head around whatever it is they're doing with it because there are just random sounds scattered all throughout the song.
Hmm.
It has like this tone that it wants to be a bit kind of emotionally loaded, it wants to be a bit personal. And then when you listen to the instrumental, you feel like yeah, the opening is good, like this kind of reliance on bass notes and very stripped back guitar. But as the song
Hmm.
progresses, and it feels like they just want to make it powerful and wide, but they don't know how to do that. So they just throw
They
in
don't
random
have the
stock sounds.
power.
They don't, they don't have the power. Yeah, but they
Mm.
just throw in random stock sounds and kind of create scattered melodies on it, and it just sounds horrid in my book. I can't grasp what the song actually sounds like, and I think it's a shame because his vocals are quite strong, I'd say. Um,
Yeah. Until he
and
starts jumping around, then it's.
yeah, we're gonna get to that. The
But yeah.
thing is that they did not do themselves any favors in winning me over when they decided to go for this kind of performance. because
Hmm.
it's. I mean, Romania is a very unambitious performance, and it's very lacking because of that. Greece, on the other hand, is at least a little bit ambitious, like especially with the lighting, like and
Hmm.
also the lights are very low. It becomes a very confined stage layout when he's in this middle circle, and the lights are like hanging above him on a very low, what do you call it? Vertically, they're very low, close to him,
Yeah, yeah.
and the smoke is kind of engulfing him from below as well, which is a very nice visual image. But it's kind of as well a bit overambitious because he starts jumping around. There are apparently a bunch of shots of him on the backdrop behind him, just
It's just
doing random things within this awful attire that he's wearing as well with shorts. It's so off-putting to look at, it's so off-putting to listen to, and it's by far, in my opinion, the worst entry altogether that we have this year. Rant over. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. This is gonna finish last. And it's gonna finish last with 12 points, and all of them will be from Cyprus. There we go.
he's missing Pikachu socks.
Oh yeah, he needs that. He needs that. That would help him.
No,
I
but
mean, judging from the colors that he's
mhm.
wearing, he could have Sandshrew socks, and then he will get plus points from me.
And then he'll be the second worst song of the semi instead in your ranking.
I'll
Like,
see how far I can stretch.
but yeah, I mean, the thing with Greece is I like the song thematically and lyrically.
Hmm.
I just don't like it musically, and that's a bit of an issue when we're talking about music. I think because
Yeah.
it's like you said, it doesn't really know what it's trying to do. It doesn't really know where it's going. It starts personal and goes into this sort of anthemic, sort of big drum clap, whatever the hell they're doing at the end. It's
Mm,
like you're making a song about being hurt and personal issues and I don't know, bullying, I guess, is the theme of the song. And it's something that I could have seen myself at least really enjoying when I was like 15 or 16. Again, I feel like the lyrics are something I could have written, but this time I mean it in a good way.
mm.
I mean it in the sense that
It's
I
authentic,
can,
right?
yeah, no, I definitely feel that it comes from the heart,
Mm,
the theme and the lyrics. And then the music is just, it's working against it. It's, yeah, and then the staging is just not doing it any favors either. It doesn't know where it's going. Yeah,
mm. So,
the smoke is
Santi, is
nice,
it is
but
smoke is nice? Is it a qualifier though, Santi? Let me know.
no, I'm
No.
afraid not.
All right.
Apparently, we lost 8 viewers during your rant.
Well,
Eight Greeks.
they are on the wrong
No,
channel if they wanted some Grease praise. I've
well,
praised.
they're on the right one, just not this year.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I've praised Greece so many times that I can't even count it. But this year they dropped the ball. Simple as that. And well,
Mm,
oh, should I make another controversial statement right here, right now?
do it.
This is the worst song Greece has ever sent to Eurovision. Mic drop.
Hmm.
Moving on,
Um,
or do you want to comment on that?
wait, let me. I'm gonna pull out the Greek entries, but on my phone so that I don't crash the stream. Hang on.
Good
Who's?
idea. Should we
I
move
feel
on
like
while you do that, or are we gonna wait for you?
sure. No, no, you can move on.
Well, the next one kind of needs both of our attention. Let's just say. You
Is
know
it
which one it
Norway in
is.
2020? Oh. No, you can do it. You can do it by yourself. That's what the song is named after.
Solo. Oh yeah. Oh, good one. Good one. Wait, whose turn is it to
Thank you.
start? It's your turn to start though, so you're the one who's gonna do it solo.
Uh, wait, you think what they say is worse than Sagapo, Sagapo?
Yeah, for sure. Sagapo is funny. This isn't. And
Point
Sagapo is
taken.
catchy as well, right? And I mean, they
Okay.
have the outfits. Like that's a performance you remember. Sagapo is maybe not
For all the wrong
top
reasons, but
like
yeah.
in the year 2002. Listen, hear me out. Sagapo is one of the
which is garbage.
yes, it's like on the top
Yeah.
half of the songs that year. Maybe not top half, but it's there are far worse songs in 2002 than Sagapo,
Hmm.
I'd say.
I would put
Uh,
Utopian Land also below what they say.
nah,
But
nah.
anyway,
I enjoy
enough
listening
quiz.
to the rapper say "era port" too much for for me to put it below. What is it like? It's hop
Uh,
hop 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 te meter on hip hop, and then you rhyme that with "era port." I mean, you can't
I
make that
I
stuff up. It's too good.
I never cared to look up the lyrics. I'm gonna be.
Well, now you just know that in the middle of the night you're gonna wake up listening to or just hearing hop hop te meter on hip hop. It's just chef's kiss.
Great,
Great. All right, should we move on? It was Poland, and you're gonna do it solo. Let's listen.
babe. I don't know if you saw, but on the what color was the carpet? Whatever color it was, she
Green.
showed up with a
Or
dress
oh yeah,
where it was just "Beba."
it was a complete green dress and "Babe" are written in pink. I think, right?
I don't remember the colors, but she's just leaning into the meme. And honestly, go for it because it's your only hope.
No, but kudos to
Like,
her for actually embracing it. I mean,
yeah,
honestly.
especially because she was so hated after the national final win. Well, she probably still is in Poland,
Mm.
but the rest of people are suddenly just becoming massive fans of her. Ironic fans. It's just so. God, the song is garbage.
Oh
She's she's
wow.
she's
Okay.
barely singing for most of it. It's mostly backing vocals. She has a dance break, which I think they realized that the dance moves she's doing is just kind of vaguely shifting to one and then the other. So they put a bunch of After Effects to make it look cool either way because they're not going to compare it to Noah Kirel in the first semi. And and then they gave it a whole like surfing type of staging, which has yeah.
You just
I
you
do
just
not
lost all words now. Is it qualifying, Santi?
know because mathematically I've committed to it not qualifying.
Aha.
Honestly, I have the gut feeling it is, and I'm going to be mad about it because it absolutely does not deserve it. It absolutely does not deserve to qualify,
Okay.
but
See,
it might.
I think that the song she benefits a lot, like from what they're doing stage wise and meme wise. I'd say that
Yeah.
she's benefiting on winning over Eurovision fans, but she's not
Mm,
benefiting from winning over the general viewer because people will think
mm,
like this. What the song is all about is not matching what they're doing performance wise, in embracing some kind of meme, because the song wants to be radio friendly, inviting, just normal pop, and they're doing everything to kind of work away from that approach,
mhm.
I'd say.
Yeah.
So I mean, for Eurovision fans, she's absolutely embracing the position she's in and enhancing her chances there. But I think for a general audience, this is the wrong approach to take, and that's where I think she's gonna miss out because of it. I can't see, like, this is too much of a, well, you can't really call it a disaster, but it's too messy for it to actually come across
Yeah.
with as like a serious attempt now. I kind of feel like,
You
um,
could say they didn't polish it enough.
stop. No, but like this whole part, like for the dance break, I mean, people will
Mhm.
question whatever is going on there, especially the fact that they have this tropical vibe. They have a beach with palm trees, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, everything is engulfed in flames, and you're basically just found yourself in Mordor for 10 seconds while she's dancing around with After Effects, and then you're back at the beach. I mean, people can't take that seriously, and I mean, I
It's not
all
meant to be taken
no,
seriously.
but like kudos for embracing the joke and the meme, but it's gonna lose out on the people who would actually listen to the song seriously, because it is a radio friendly song that has an audience to it. And unlike you, I don't think the song is terrible.
Mm.
I think it's catchy. It does what it wants to do. It's very simple and by the books, but it absolutely knows what it is. It's not, or well, it used to, but now when they staged it this way, I think they don't even know
The
what
the
they want
song
anymore.
knows.
The
The
song,
stage doesn't.
yeah, exactly. I don't think it's making it either, but I think like if there's something that will make for an upset, I'd say this one could be it.
Definitely, I'm not ruling it out at all.
No.
I just, I just, I have no words.
Yeah, we have no words. So I guess we'll just move on, I guess. We have no words
Yeah.
about Poland, and we'll move on to
Oh, you know
Slovenia.
what? You know what I just saw today also, like how the rule book for people in the arena is that you can only bring flags that are like a maximum size and blah blah blah.
Uh-huh.
And then it says on the rule no poles. And then someone just commented, "Wow, I don't think blank is that bad."
That's pretty funny,
I
actually.
wanted to share it.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that's funny. Thank you for sharing. Let's move on to something that is a positive thing to discuss, which is Slovenia, I'd say. Or
Yeah,
it used to be more positive, but now I'm kind of like stuck in this zone where I think like there is a little bit of a missed potential here. Very much
you agree
like
with me, yeah.
very much like Iceland, it's very dark,
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
very much like Portugal, it's very one note in terms of its color. It's basically just red and black and very very dark.
Hmm.
And I completely like the concept that they're not going for a staging like for a song like this. This is all about the song. It's all about the band and their performance of it. But the staging does not work in unison with it. I think uh, something that I think is probably one of my favorite stagings of all time. If I'm honest, it's not from Eurovision, but it's from the
Hmm.
I want to say Armenian national final in 2018 when there was a
Oh
band
boy.
called I don't remember what they were called, but they were singing a song called "I'm a
Nemra.
Liar." Yeah, "I'm a Liar,"
Nemra.
and the entire performance was just them. And on the back, they had a big screen
No
saying
show.
"No show, enjoy the music," which is genius, absolutely genius. And that's kind of the approach you have to take in Eurovision, I'd say, if you don't want to have a stage
Hmm.
concept. Still, though, like it's just such a minor nitpick, but honestly, I kind of enjoyed the approach that they had for their live performance in Slovenia for this because it felt more
Hmm.
contained and there was actually like it was lit up. It had some character in that sense. And then of course, like when you're at Eurovision, massive stage, you can't really do it the same way. But I do not like how
Hmm.
dark it is, and I just hope the fact that because it's such an audience friendly song, it wants to get the whole crowd going. I hope that you can actually see the audience because I'm worried about that as
Yeah.
well, the way it looks.
You
Uh,
know the stages in 2017 and 2018 that had a platform at the front, and then 2018 had a
yeah,
whole like thing you could.
yeah,
That would have been perfect. Like just the you have the corridor and you just put the band members on there, or you have the little circle thing and they're all in. You just recreate that same live performance. It would have been incredible
hmm, hmm.
because I think also the fact that we're seeing the rehearsal without an audience is making it look worse, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it really is a live song.
Yeah, for sure.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So if we're talking qualify, like obviously the way that like the only reason I'm
Hmm.
complaining about this is because I love the song to bits, and
Me too.
I want them to just like be at the very very top of all
Get
leaderboards
Slovenia's
imaginable.
best results.
Yeah,
Hmm.
what is it? Seventh is their best result. I think
Yeah.
that's going to be hard to top. But I mean, if this cracks into the top half of the scoreboard in the final, I'd be so ecstatic. Honestly, I'm really hoping for it. I think it's gonna go through the semi. I don't think
Yeah,
it's,
for sure.
but I think that it's gonna be like around seventh. I don't think it's comfortably
Mm.
sailing through. I hope it is. I hope that this is gonna be like top three in the semi, but I'm not. I'm not so sure. Okay, what?
People will be in so big shock, in awe after all Blanca's movie maker effects that they may forget to vote Slovenia.
Yeah, that could happen. I mean, what kind of looked on paper like the more I think
Yeah.
about it, when the running order was revealed, people said, "Oh,
Hmm.
Slovenia got a great running order between Poland and Georgia," and now I feel like that's a
And actually,
terrible
it's
running order. that's
yeah,
that's not good for them at all because those are two of the most like iconic stagings and performances.
bombastic.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
most bombastic. Good choice of word. Okay, do you think Slovenia is making it though?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, we'll color it in.
A bit higher than seventh, but
Mm,
we'll decide that after.
yeah, we will. Okay, we'll move on to that after. Do you have anything you want to add about Slovenia, or have you said what you want?
Um, I don't know, banger. No, but
Banger.
here in the chat, yeah, Mark mentioned that the wide shots are hurting it, and I think that might also be a rehearsal thing. Hopefully, in the actual performance, we see it much closer, just like in the live performance, and also like it's just everyone, all of them are smiling and super charismatic about it, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It
And
it
as
should
long
rely
as
on what's it
transmit
called?
and
It should rely on close-ups a lot, really showcasing them and the way they're having fun on stage together as well.
mm-hmm,
Should also be
mm-hmm.
mentioned, probably one of the best vocal
Audience
perform.
shots.
What?
Oh yeah, like
But
it should also feature audience shots.
absolutely, absolutely get the crowd going. Something that should be
Mhm.
mentioned though is that this is, in my opinion, it's one of the most impressive vocal performances out of all of the songs this year. It's the most natural sounding vocal performance out of probably every song that's competing this year. There's no
Mhm.
flashy things about it, nothing. It's just energy, charisma, and just this wonderful natural tone. I think it's
And that's
it's
why it
really
works
going
so
under the,
well.
yeah.
Mhm.
I think that goes under the radar a
Mhm.
lot. Like people are not thinking about that as much because it's,
Because precisely because it feels natural.
yeah,
That's the
exactly.
that's the talent of it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's the beauty of that as well. Um, what's going on? Blanca's background vocal should deserve a spot on stage. Well, we're back talking about Blanca apparently. All right. Okay, so Andy says we already know that you're both predicting everyone except for San Marino qualifying out of those left. All right, Santi, surprise us. Oh wait, we have
Mm.
Georgia first. Sorry. Okay, talk about Georgia,
It's
Santi.
making it.
Yeah. Okay.
George is making it.
Yeah. How?
You actually might have gotten me, Andy. Oops.
Wait, how many songs do you have? You have
Wait,
seven.
no, I have
No,
six.
you have to pick out something else as well.
What George is okay, yeah. So Andy, no, I still have an element of surprise.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
You do.
barely.
Okay, but Georgia, is this probably like okay, another question. Is this winning the semi, Santi?
Mhm. No.
Okay. Short and sweet. Is it
The
getting top
performance
three in
is
the
cool, but
semi?
possibly.
Mm. Okay, expand,
I will
please.
get back to you on that.
Yeah, expand.
Um, obviously, it has a lot of. It's an eye catcher, that's for sure, and not just because she has like massive towers and voices and wind machines, and she looks like a Valkyrie riding into battle or whatever the hell. Not just that. It's
Or
kind of
whatever
Nina
the hell.
Sublati in a way.
Well, without the smoke machine failure.
Hopefully, don't jinx it.
Hopefully. Yeah, okay, we're not going to
It would
jinx
be
it.
funny if they have the same issue again,
Would not be funny
but
whatsoever, but sure.
it would be. But I think the song is very
Meh.
they no, what I want to say is they had a concept
Hmm.
which was like have this big thing with the big driving fast drum beats,
Hmm.
and then the whatever, I don't know how you can even refer to it. That's called the glitchy parts because
Yeah, yeah,
they
yeah,
sound
sure,
like,
sure.
yeah, vocal glitch,
Hmm.
but naturally produced. And I think it's meant to embody sort of being cool, right? It's meant to embody that sort of feeling, but then as a song it doesn't have this is weird to explain. It doesn't have an identity as a song, it has an identity as an aura.
Hmm.
Does that make sense at all?
Yeah,
Like
sure.
musically it's not really particularly cohesive, lyrically even less,
Well, it's complete nonsense. Yeah.
but I think it looks cool enough that people will just be like, drum goes bop bop, this is good.
Drum goes bop bop. That's good.
Yeah.
I
Love is
mean,
lord.
Mark is saying people will connect to Georgia's lyrics. I mean, obviously, last time you joined me for a stream, you were analyzing everything about Georgia's lyrics, so there is obviously a point to them. So, yeah.
The fact that I had to analyze them is a testament that they're complete nonsense.
Well, Mihailo thinks the vocal glitch is actually a seagull. So here we have the seagull back into the conversation
Thank
as
you.
well.
She looks like a seagull with the two white wings.
It's all goes full circle here.
Maybe,
Um,
yeah, exactly.
all right.
And it's
Well,
echoing the seagulls from Iceland before that are
okay.
coming back
I think
now.
we need to stop you before you really go
That's why
all
she
out
has the
here.
wind in front of.
Stop! 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 Georgia's making it. I say too. I would go as
Yeah,
far and say that they're winning the semi. There you go. All right.
that's very bold,
It
especially
it
considering Georgia typically struggles with the televote.
maybe, but I mean, obviously this song was probably around my like 27th place before the show. Like I don't know particularly, but I knew it was like very close to my bottom 10 when I did
Hmm.
the Eurovision sorter thingy. Um,
Hmm.
but when you see it, like all of these like production
Hmm.
issues that I have with the song, they just get thrown out the window because you're not gonna notice it. You're gonna see massive staging concept, massive vocals. She sounds fantastic. The whole layout is perfect, especially with these structures on the side of her as well and how they shift in color and tone.
Hmm.
I just
Yeah.
think it's gonna be too impressive that it's gonna win a lot of votes because of that. So I'm going out on a
Aha.
I'm going bold here.
Alipan just said Georgia is all atmosphere,
Yeah.
and yes, that's much better than what I meant.
Hmm.
And Red says it's not a televote winner, and Anton mentions that after 2 minutes you're kind of done with it,
Hmm.
even if it's great. I agree with all of these points. That's why I don't think it's going to be like a winner. Like it's qualifying for sure.
But you have to
That's
be out
safe.
there. You have to take the risk and you have to be bold and you that's why I lose all of the predictions, you know?
I put Iceland as a qualifier, so
That's not that bold, I wouldn't say.
you want to hear my bold prediction over the next song?
Yes, go. Let's go. Winner of the semi.
Uh, it's getting last. I'm no, it might
Mm.
not. No, it probably is.
I
Hmm.
mean, it doesn't have the free 12 point. Like Italy. Oh, wait, Italy
Yeah,
doesn't vote for them anyway, but I mean, they don't have.
Italy votes for Romania though.
I mean, San Marino doesn't have a Cyprus that can give them 12 points for free. Um,
Mm-mm.
mm-mm. What if they just create a random pact with Denmark now? Because Denmark have. Oh yeah, wait, Denmark has Iceland. Sorry, but
I
Georgia.
told you last time San Marino doesn't have a televote.
Oh yeah,
So,
true. Yeah. All right. Well, San Marino's not making it. None of us think that, right?
mm,
No. Um, I
sadly for
don't.
them.
I don't think what we can really mention about it. Like it's everything is just kind of okay about it. I think they're good. Like he sounds pretty great live, I'd say.
Yeah,
And I mean,
he
there's
does.
they haven't done anything wrong with the performance either, but it's just not something that stands out enough for them to win over, especially since they're already working in an uphill battle, trying to qualify
Mhm.
being San Marino, basically. Like they're always going to have an uphill battle for them.
In a televote only, where most of Europe doesn't know San Marino even exists.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they
That's why in
didn't
2008 they got dead last, and it
exactly.
was televote only
Yeah, and I
with
mean they
an
didn't even.
incredible song.
Yeah, for sure. I mean they didn't even do well when they had Flo Rida participate for them. I mean they're working
Mm.
uphill. Um,
And they were closing the final too, so yeah,
yeah,
they're.
exactly. Everything was kind of written in the stars for them to actually do well, and still Serhat is their best result,
Mm.
and will remain so after this year too. I think. Don't think we have to worry about that. Let's move on to Austria. I'm gonna color it in for both of us right away, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's well. You started on San Marino, but it's actually your turn to start on Austria because you're doing the odd numbers. So let's go.
Hmm.
Austria.
If I have to predict one winner of the semi, I think Austria is it.
But Austria is historically not doing well either with votes.
Mm.
Mm,
Conchita won the title, didn't she?
but that's 9 years ago. It doesn't count.
Ancient times,
Yeah,
prehistoric
I
era.
mean, how did they do in 2018 when they won the jury vote, huh?
No, but you know the song.
I
You
know
know
the
how
song.
the
I
song
know. I
was
know.
absolutely cherry.
I know the song. All right. So
Hmm.
you're thinking they're winning the semi. If anything, winning the semi, this one will be it.
Hmm. Yeah,
Hmm.
someone has to win it, right? And I think Austria honestly has a good shot at it. It's really catchy. It's
Mm.
playful. It's towards the end. It's coming after San Marino.
I mean, yeah, sure.
They have great vocals. Um, the only thing I'm sort of worrying about is like how are they going to stand in between the dancers and whatever, because that could look awkward. Like I'm not 100% confident on that, but they have a really nice like people complain about the red and black theme. Honestly, I really like it,
Yeah.
but maybe that's just me.
No, I like it too.
Uh, there's a there's a message to it for those who want to hear it. There's I don't know. I think it's great, and I think they if Slovenia had their live performance like they did in the in the performance video,
Hmm.
they could definitely be the winners of this semi instead. But because of the whole audience thing, I think Austria could be a real winner of this semi. So
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Austria has, that kind of unique approach as well. Like, nothing's gonna sound like it, and it is that wacky and fun while also being quality
Hmm.
songwriting, which I think is the
Yeah.
most impressive part about it, I'd say. And
Hmm.
I mean, I wouldn't really like. I could also say that Austria's going to win the semi, but just have a feeling that people will be impressed by Georgia, and I want to be different, of course. Um, but
Yeah.
I gotta say, like, it's not like the thing is, I'm very relieved that the live performance is very, very good for it. But there was
Hmm.
always an idea in my head at the very back, like Austria could be a winning contender this year if they really nail the staging, and I don't think they quite went all the way there. I don't think it's in the conversation to really go and win this year,
For sure.
or even
It,
get
it it had it in there somewhere.
or even get it in the top five. I'd say I don't think it's going to be up there either. Um,
Mm.
but yeah, in this semi, it's going to stand out, and people will really click with it, and especially like the fun approach that it takes. It's very catchy, very memorable, very playful throughout as well. I
Hmm.
like how the vocal is varied throughout, so there's always something new going on in the song. And yeah, it's just going to be something that
Hmm.
everyone will remember.
For sure. I just think I have nothing but positives to say about it pretty much.
Yeah, I think I kind of agree with what Mihailo just said. Norway
Mhm.
2018 won the semi. This will be the sequel. I could see a similar thing going on here, winning the semi and
Mhm.
then not really
Yeah.
like being that outstanding in the final later, because there are other songs that will get that appeal, like Finland, for instance. I think Finland and Austria fight for similar votes.
Hmm. Well, case in point, I love both of them. So.
Yeah, I mean, me too. But yeah, let's move on. You have, let's see how many qualifiers you have. You already have eight. So one of the remaining
Yeah.
three has to go for you. I'm a bit less interesting because I have seven and we have three
All
songs
three are.
left. So yeah. Okay. Well, I'm the one who starts. So well, we have 10 qualifiers. I think Albania's making it just because I need to put all of them. I'm not
Yeah.
going to color everything yet, but yeah, everyone knows I have all of these qualifying. Albania is the one that I was like, I never really expected myself to put it as a qualifier, and then I saw it and mainly heard it
Hmm.
because they sound impeccable together, and I like.
Albania.
Yeah, yeah, well, yeah, true, true. But the way that they work together, they're so in sync. I mean, obviously, family ties and whatnot, but they're very synchronized. They sing beautifully together. They work to each other's strengths, and also have a very nice layout on stage. Especially for the rehearsal
Hmm.
clip, I thought it looked very bright, but that kind of enhanced the contrast of when the song moves into the next segment and everything gets dark instead. So it kind of utilizes its contrasts as well. Um, I just think it's going to be enough for it to get pushed over the line at the expense of an Iceland, basically, or a Poland. I'd say, of maybe the two contenders to take its spot. I'd say, but yeah, I think it's gonna do just enough to get through here. What are we saying, Santi? Is this the one that's gonna miss out or not?
Well, I'm it's going to take Iceland's place in the final. But for the sake of my personal wish,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to put it as a non-qualifier, even though I'm pretty sure it is going to make it.
Okay, so you just basically don't follow your own prediction here.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm just going full on in my fantasy right here of having Iceland in the final.
Hmm.
No, honestly, Albania is first of all being televote only helps them a lot because they typically do rely a lot on diaspora votes.
Hmm.
And I mean, in this semiluan, I think they have Greece, they have the UK,
Cyprus,
even
I guess.
Belgium,
Or is Cyprus
maybe.
like
Yeah,
Greece? I don't know if they vote for Albania, but
no, I just there's a lot of Albanians in Greece.
yeah, for
That's
sure.
the thing.
Maybe they
Yeah,
don't all go all the way to Cyprus. I don't know.
maybe not. But at any rate, they have a diaspora with them. They have a really convincing delivery.
Hmm.
The only thing that I think makes it only just a borderline qualifier is maybe the song itself not being very accessible. And
Yeah.
for a lot of people, it's going to feel like these people are all angry and shouting at me, and I don't know what they want.
Yeah, that's. I guess that's kind of the typical impression a lot of people get from Albanian songs in Eurovision. It seems to be.
But in
Uh,
2012, it got them fifth.
yeah,
So,
and I mean Albania usually make it, don't they? I mean,
yeah,
even
they're
when you don't expect them to make it, they still manage to get through, and then they're going to be placed second in
it's
the running order again.
it's just Secret that didn't make it, but because of that absolutely god awful butchering of what they did to the performance.
Wait, what? What did you say?
Last year, they didn't qualify.
What did they sing last year?
Secret, secret.
Oh yeah, of course. I've already forgotten. I thought that Karma was their last song, but no, of course I
No.
forgot. Oh yeah, yeah, they didn't make it with that, but for obvious reasons,
Yeah, but
I'd say.
that's because the performance was
Yeah, yeah,
absolute chaos.
yeah.
But this one is really solid.
Hmm.
So it's just this: is the song accessible enough for people to, well, for the diaspora is going to vote, but is there going to be enough support in there to push it over the finish line?
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Well, you have it outside, I have it in. It's very good to have some differences in our predictions. So
Oh
wonderful.
yeah,
Uh, the remaining two, we both have them to go through, unless
you
you
can
want to
cover them
change
both.
something.
Yeah,
I'll
I
color them
announced
both.
there's 9 qualifiers now.
Yeah, exactly. No, but if you want to change, like, oh, you want to put Estonia or Greece instead of one of them or whatnot, but no, I guess not. Let's talk a little Lithuania then.
But I am
Um,
down on this hill.
yeah, let's talk a little Lithuania. You start.
I love it. I'm
Ooh.
I'm it's one of the most it's super convincing in the way it's I think they just nailed everything about it.
Hmm.
The color scheme, the sort of symbols behind her, the way they're set on stage, how it fits thematically with the song, her vocals are 10 out of 10.
Hmm.
I think it's extremely safe, and juries would probably love this if they
Yep.
were here, but even without them, Televote will definitely push them high enough.
So here's my thing. I said this
Mhm.
2 days ago, I think, when I streamed the rehearsal clips. I said that I love the color scheme, I love the symbols, but I hate the layout, how they're standing in a circle singing to each other and the
Really?
camera is panning around because I've seen it so many times now from Melody Festival and when the Mamas kept doing it for and then Faith Kakembo did it the year
Yeah.
after and it's just like this concept is just so annoying to me that I despise it. But that's a me issue because I've been watching Melody Festival and the more I think about it, in Eurovision, maybe we haven't had this concept.
We had Saudade Saudade last year,
Yeah, but
which
they
was
were
my winner.
sitting. They were sitting,
Sitting?
weren't they?
No.
No, wait,
In
they were standing,
Eurovision, they were standing.
but they stood completely still. Here, they're like
Mhm.
doing this kind of vibing thing of moving side to side and singing all out, and they want to just
Yeah.
overpower each other in all because they're all fantastic vocalists, so they can kind of do that freely. but I
Mhm.
just don't like that concept of a layout on stage. But that's a me issue.
Mhm.
Um,
I think it fits really well also because the chorus and the song in general is so reliant on that tuta tuta
yeah.
repetition, which is a thing from folk song. Like, it's kind of like the stuff. I'm not Lithuanian, don't quote me on this, but apparently the sort of thing where people like would gather around in a circle and sing this sort of stuff around a
Mm,
campfire or whatever.
hmm,
So it fits thematically. Mark says Lithuania is like an ear hug, and I think that's perfect because that's exactly what they're going for.
hmm,
Both with the warm color scheme, with the theme of the song, how Tuta Tuta is supposed to be a comforting, not lullaby, but like soothing mantra. Is that yeah, that's a thing.
hmm,
I just think it does everything it wants to do perfectly, and even if this like I'm not usually into this. And like if you have a ballad who has a chorus where they just go stay in one long note,
hmm.
it's usually not my thing.
No.
But this one, it works pretty well.
I think
I
the
like it.
tuto tuto chanting works in favor of that because if you just have the long
Yeah,
notes,
yeah.
it's not going to be interesting. But because there's a vocal variation between the two different vocal tracks, that's what makes it feel more alive. I'd say. Um, Something that I also thought about though, like it's such a small thing, but I'm the worst fashion person on the planet because I have no idea what I'm talking about.
The dress is a
But
bit short,
the
right?
dress looks terrible,
Yeah.
and I feel like so
I hope
stupid
she
sitting
has
here.
it.
I feel so stupid sitting here and talking about clothes because I have no idea what I'm talking about. But I know when I think something looks bad, and I think that looks bad. Rant over. That's
Yeah.
the smallest complaint ever, but yeah,
The one from the national final was great.
yeah, for sure.
She needs that again
Yep.
because it also the fact that it's orange isn't just warm, it's also the whole Baltic amber
Mm,
symbolism for Lithuania. It's a really good especially in in the Lithuanian diaspora. They'll recognize it. Also, she's wearing it as earrings. They'll recognize it they will vote
mm,
the hell out of this. In what diaspora countries does Lithuania have in here? They have the
no
UK,
idea.
I guess.
I don't know where Lithuanian
Poland,
people
maybe.
live. We have some
Norway,
Lithuanians in
Ireland.
Sweden.
Yeah, but that's all semi-ones.
Yeah, but I was just
But
saying I have
again,
no idea
mhm.
where Lithuanian people live outside of Lithuania, but uh,
Mainly Ireland, the UK, and Norway, I think,
mm,
are the big three Lithuania diaspora countries. But at any rate, she would qualify even without those.
yeah, yeah. Kind of
Mhm.
intrigued to see how it's going to do in the final though, because then the jury comes into it, and it definitely sounds like a jury pleaser. So I mean,
Mhm.
this could absolutely do much better than people really expect, or maybe people expect it to do well. I don't
I could
know.
see a lower top. I could see a lower top 10,
Yeah, I could too.
honestly.
I could too. Let's just round it off with Australia. I gotta be honest and say that I'm a little, like, small amount of disappointed from the rehearsal clip that I saw yesterday or two
Mhm.
days ago because it didn't bring the chaos that I thought it would. Like this
Yeah.
massive energy and intensity. It didn't really have that. It was like it had the light show, it had charisma for sure. Like the charisma is there and they perform it really well. But I
Mhm.
expected this song to really be reliant on just chaos all over. And there's like, if I remember correctly, there's not even like any smoke on stage or anything. It looks very flat, I'd say.
I
Obviously,
would need to check because I
they
don't
have,
remember, but
yeah, they have great props with the car and all of that, and how he's actually sitting in it earlier on in the song and stuff like that. But I just feel like for the final parts of the song, when everything goes really hectic and intense in the choruses, and especially like
mhm.
this headbanging section that goes half step, I would have imagined
Yeah.
the light show to just go absolutely nuts, but it doesn't. And that's my slight like disappointment there because I thought that Australia would have been a potential semi-final winner if they really nailed
You
the
want a
performance.
dreamer.
I wanted Dreamer last year, of course. Like Dreamer
Yeah.
was the perfect effort. This one's good, but I really thought that like there was potential for this one to win the semi, but now I can't see it because I don't think that it goes all the way. It's holding back a little bit, I'd say.
Mhm.
What am
I
I
agree
saying?
with you in the fact that it doesn't go all the way,
Mm,
but it still goes enough of the way that I see it doing really well.
mm,
And I am watching the rehearsal clip here with muted audio.
yeah, good,
Just in
good.
case they do have a bit of a light show, they do have a bit of a glitch effect, they do have
Yeah,
a
a
bit of
little
smoke.
bit.
Like
Little bit.
it's not massive chaos, right?
No.
But I think this is also camera angles can change.
Yes.
The performance is
Audience.
always, yeah, audience changes a lot, and
Mm,
then just the fact artists give their all, especially like bands that are used to performing in concerts with an audience, they will
mm.
give more energy when there's a big audience. Like I
Yeah.
remember at the pre-party, it was great.
Yeah, I can
They had a
imagine.
lot of energy.
I can imagine. I mean, I don't doubt them in the
Mhm.
slightest. I just imagined the light show to be crazier. I think that's the main thing.
Yeah, I'm
Mm.
holding out to see the semifinal performance with the new camera angles, with the audience, etc.
And the whole song in full, of course, like seeing the entire 3 minutes. A lot can happen there.
as well.
Yeah.
And the car is very. I don't think we've had a car on
Well,
stage. Like we
Malta.
this year we have Malta and
Yeah.
Australia. That's what I mean. But before this, did we ever have
We
we
had
had like France 2008 show up in a golf cart.
yeah, but I'm sure there's been one. I'm sure, like, I want to say Ireland, the 22 song, but I might be completely wrong on that because I never watched that performance. But I'm sure we've seen it at some point, haven't we? Oh, wait, maybe I'm thinking wrong because
Mm,
there's been one in Melodifestivalen that's called Road
maybe
Trip. Have you seen that? It was
no.
only a few years ago. It's like by this comedy group, and they sang about going on a road trip, and they were sitting in a car, headbanging in there to the beat.
What is love? Yeah,
Well, exactly,
yeah.
exactly. They kind of just took that meme. Um, so yeah, maybe that's where I recognize it from. I just had a feeling like we've
Hmm.
seen it at some point, but no. Well, we
Maybe.
got two this
But
year.
I don't. I think it's a great closer.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's the correct song to close the whole semi.
Hmm.
Okay, so
And
those are
especially after, oh,
yeah,
sorry,
yeah.
especially
No, go
after
ahead.
two ballads that are more focused on like, um, how do I put it? Sort of like orchestral instruments, if that makes
Mm,
sense.
yeah,
Or like I don't want to say organic, but you get what I mean. And
I
then
get
you
what you
bring
mean.
in the big electric guitars and fast drumming, and it's great stuff.
Absolutely,
It's crazy. It's party
of course. Okay, we're gonna do the what's it called?
ranking.
The ranking. Yeah. Let's see if I can move these so that they're not in the way of each other. I can't really. Wait,
I
let's
have my
let's.
list made.
Oh, you've actually prepared it already. Wow. I'll just put them up. How can I do this to make it convenient for myself? Let's do.
Just cover our icons. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I should, to be honest, just do that. Yeah. Now you can't see our icons. This is the most convenient. Okay. Basically. Oh, wait, this is really difficult. Uh, So we got 6 songs that don't qualify. Okay, we're gonna start from the bottom and work our way up
Mm,
again. And I guess you
yeah.
start this time.
Do I need to say it?
Yeah, 16th. What's coming in 16th?
San Marino.
San Marino. Let's move that to the bottom then. All right. I will say maybe it's just wishful thinking that makes me want to say Greece, but no, it's not. Is it getting last? You know what?
Mm.
We're going for it.
Do it.
Greece is coming last in the semi. Here we go. All right.
Honestly, if he's really awful live that not even Cyprus wants to vote for it,
Someone asked me to minimize. What do you mean? Like minimize the
mhm,
flags? But then it's more like then it becomes really inconvenient for me to move them. It's gonna look like this.
no,
It's awful, but it works. It works
the
conveniently
end
for me.
result.
Okay, what's 15th then, Santi?
Romania, sadly.
Romania. Yeah, I'd
Hmm.
probably say Romania too. I'm moving San Marino really high. I just realized, but hey, someone's got to be
Yeah,
wrong. All right, what's 14th then?
why not? Greece,
Greece.
in my opinion. And
And
you're gonna say
yeah,
San Marino, aren't you?
well, actually, no, no. Yeah, San Marino in 14th.
I'm gonna put Slovenia 13th.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
No.
Uh, all right. 13th.
Mhm. This is the part where I'm going to like accidentally name two qualifiers out of the three that are coming and end up completely humiliated.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna put Poland as 13th.
Mm-hmm. I'm actually gonna go out a bit of
Wishful
an
thinking.
yeah. I'm gonna go out on a limb here, and I'm gonna say Iceland 13th. Ooh,
I
that
knew
one
you
will
would.
pain you.
I know it's happening too,
You think
and
so?
it pains me.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. What's 12th then? Estonia or Albania?
Estonia.
Estonia in
Estonia.
12th. Yeah.
Hmm.
I'll go Denmark in 12th. No, wait, no. I'm actually gonna go Poland in 12th.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. I wonder what I put 11th then, right?
Yeah, you
I
put
wonder.
Denmark, I put Albania.
Yeah, yeah. We're just putting them in here. Let's see. Albania there, Denmark there. All right, now for the interesting part, I guess. What or well, everything's interesting, but the 11th wasn't really that interesting. 10th, Santi. What's finishing just on the border?
Iceland. Ojalá.
All right,
I hope so. I'm praying for it.
Iceland in 10th. I'll go. This is tough, actually. I haven't planned anything, and now I'm feeling like I'm pressured to picking something fast.
This
But
is why I did it.
I can't pick fast. What is gonna finish in 10th? Oh,
Hmm.
this is
Hmm.
yikes. This is actually really difficult. I'm gonna go. Okay, you know what? It's not that serious. It's this is all for a bit of fun. I'm just gonna put
Yeah.
Belgium 10th. There we go.
Okay. That works. In ninth, I'm gonna have Denmark.
Denmark 9th. I'll put Albania in 9th, I think.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. What's 8th?
Uh, Cyprus.
Cyprus in 8th.
Hmm.
Um, I'll
Kypros.
I'll go. Mm, oh, this might be a terrible prediction, but you know what?
It is a terrible prediction, but mine is as
I'm
well.
gonna go 8th Slovenia. Here we go. This is a different one. Ooh, here we go.
Whoa.
Whoa, there we
Oh
go.
God, you.
I went there. I don't want it to
I
happen,
think
of course, but
I
I'm gonna be a
I
bit
think you're
different.
I think you're insane, but I respect you for
Ah,
doing
thank
it.
you. The effort.
Were we at
Seventh.
seventh now?
Yeah, yeah, 7th.
La Belgique.
Oh, sacre bleu. That's the only French I know. I'm sorry. Okay, 7th. I'll
Ooh,
say Estonia. I'd say.
semi two is so messy. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Absolutely. Groot being an absolute madman for a moment. Yeah,
Oh,
that
it's
would
not
be
just a moment; it's years.
guilty. All right, what's 6th then?
I'm gonna go with Lithuania. I think it could be even higher, but I'm gonna go with Lithuania.
I'm also gonna go Lithuania for 6th.
Hmm.
All right, 5th.
Georgia.
Ooh, that's a bit low, isn't it?
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
I'm gonna go Cyprus here
It is
in 5th.
pretty high.
Yeah, I just think the muscles will be like the people will just be like, oh
He's
my
he's so
god,
likable.
he's likable. Yeah, yeah, really good. Yeah, I mean, you just got to be ambitious sometimes,
Hmm.
Vitor. You know, sometimes we're
Hmm.
crazy. I want Slovenia higher. I guess that's what you're referring to. So, all right, your top four, Santi. We have the same ones, but you have Slovenia instead of I have
Hmm.
Georgia. What's getting
Hmm.
fourth?
I'm gonna put Armenia. I'm
Armenia
gonna say,
fourth.
yeah, could be higher if it wasn't so early in the running.
Hmm. I'm gonna go. Yeah,
Hmm.
probably go Armenia too. No, let's be a bit different. I'm going Australia fourth.
Okay,
Mm. It's getting third.
I'm putting Slovenia third, a bit higher than you,
Somewhat 5 places
because
higher.
I trust them. I
Yeah,
trust them to end up doing well.
I hope you're more correct with this than I am. But yeah,
Probably will be.
okay, fine. You be cocky. What else?
Yeah.
In third, I'd say Armenia.
Okay.
Okay, your top two. I mean, you kind of already spoiled
Uh,
that you thought Austria was going to win the semi, right? So,
yeah, and so Australia would be the second,
yeah. And I kind of already spoiled that I think Georgia's winning the semi, right?
and that Austria will be second.
Oh, I
Yes.
said that as well. Okay. Well,
No, but it's easy deduction.
yes, very, very easy.
Yeah.
Um, Perfect. All right. So basically, I have Georgia 4 spots higher than you, and you have Slovenia 5 spots higher
Mhm.
than me. And those are
So we
like
have quite a bit of
and
differences in this one.
Estonia's a big difference as well. Of
Sure.
course, like you have it 12th, I have it 7th.
Five
So yeah,
spots as
I
well.
mean, I mean that's we got some different predictions going on here. So
He's just
that's
semi two is messy, like Mark
uh,
said.
second semi. Like this became much more neatly arranged the way that it looks for the semi. Like I just compared the semi two slide with the semi one slide. It looks absolutely horrid with our rankings, but it is what it is. Um, but yeah, we got our predictions down. Can I trust you, Santi, to count our points for this prediction when we go through them next week once we have the results?
Sure, you'll
Hmm.
just have to tell me like how are we counting them, but we'll
Should
have
we
to agree on a
do?
system.
Okay, wait. We don't get the actual results until after the final, though,
Hmm.
so we
Yeah,
can't count that unless we stream after the final as well and go through the results first. Then we could actually do that. And
we
then
could. I'm thinking we could do.
it's like maybe 2 points if or maybe 3 points if you get the position correct, and
Hmm.
1 point if you get qualifier or non-qualifier correct. Something like that.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
that works for me. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. All right.
Mhm.
Jeffrey says I agree more with Groot's qualifiers, but more with Santi's ranking. Oh yeah, the ones we did here at the end. Yeah. As for semi one, I agree more with Santi. Can't believe what lengths Groot will go to for the views. Oh yeah, I do this to clickbait. I'm gonna put the thumbnail for this video will just be a shocking face with
Slovenia
Slovenia
circled in
down
red.
in eighth, and and basically what else? Oh yeah, Portugal as a non-qualifier, Latvia 15th. I have a lot of clickbait material going on here that I'm definitely going to
San
utilize.
Marino not last.
San Marino
You
not
just put
last.
Piquet Jackson. He writes dark horse. Oh my god.
Oh, I have so many ideas. They're just scattered all over my brain now. Well, I'll go for so much
Mhm.
clickbait now. Thank you for giving the idea in my head here, Mihailo. Groot is farming content. Yeah, for sure.
The YouTube money doesn't pay
Ah,
itself.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah. Of course.
all his other videos get copyright.
Yeah,
So
I have to rely on this one to be like the only like
mhm.
the beacon here. So I need to go full on what's it called? Full on clickbait here. I'll have to edit the title of the stream as well, just like Sushi Visa says in bold text. And I will also start making YouTube shorts with all of the clips from this one
Oh my
that
god.
have had controversial opinions. And I'll put like, "Oh
Oh,
my god,
like what I
can't
said
believe
during
he
the
did this."
Q&A.
Yeah, exactly.
Snowcold does hate speech on that.
Yes. Oh god.
God.
DN says, I think for clickbait, putting Poland outside qualifying in both has the most potential. Yeah, we're doing that as well. Gonna insert an image of the Beba dress and put it as shock non-qualifier question mark. And all right, I'm getting too many ideas here. Um, if for
We're
reference,
aborting the beta.
for reference to everyone watching in the stream, this is not happening. It's just it's just giggles.
Yes.
I
Mhm.
promise
Yeah,
I'm
sure
not
it
gonna.
isn't.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see. But okay, that's a YouTube
Alex
short
Smith.
with Santi's face frozen for 15
No.
seconds. I'll also include to see the view count drop in real time for those 15 seconds. Like everyone's just leaving the stream. Mark says, "How do you feel about the big six running order places?" I haven't seen that. Where can we see that,
Oh, do I
Santi?
reveal them to you?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
we
Yeah. Just
already knew
reveal them
about
for me.
Okay, we already knew about the UK and Ukraine,
The
where the
UK is
UK
lost,
is going
right?
to be 19th. No, Ukraine is 19th, and the UK is last 26th.
It's such a weird song to
And
have as a
then,
last in running order, isn't it?
yeah, but why not?
Hmm.
And then the other ones just drew their half. So Germany is going to be in the second half.
Okay.
which I'm happy about because I love those guys. But then the other three big fives are in the first half. So France, Spain, and Italy
Hmm.
are all in the
Interesting.
first half.
Interesting. Uh.
They did a really neat divide between the Latin countries and the and the non-Latin ones.
Hmm. Um.
Hmm.
I'm not sure what to make of it. Like, could you imagine? Could you imagine France being first in the running order? I'm just thinking like that first shot of the camera zooming in from the top. Like, obviously, like I don't think they're gonna do it either because it's a favorite, but just the
Yeah,
vibe of that. And honestly, I think like Finland would in reality be a great opener, but if they actually do that, people will complain about it, and especially if it finishes second, then people will just say, "Oh, it only finished second because it
yeah,
was first in the running order." So they can't do it,
yeah.
but it would be such a great opener, I think.
There was someone who was. I think I read like, imagine if in the first half, like Sweden, Finland, and Norway and Israel, they all draw first half by coincidence,
That would
and
be.
then they're stuck
But
in
I
there
mean,
with like France and Spain, and all the
didn't
favorites
that
are at the start.
didn't that happen in 2019? I want to say like Russia and Sweden and the Netherlands were all very early, weren't they?
Oh yeah, and then they put Russia third,
Fifth,
Sweden like
fifth,
fifth or sixth, and then Netherlands got
like
the
12th or
12th
something, right?
spot.
Yeah. And they had Greece in that first half as well. Like we didn't really like obviously now in
Hmm.
post we know that Greece didn't do well, but like pre show that was
Hmm.
also a big favorite, of course.
Hmm.
Um
Alex says they killed Jimukas in 2021, so maybe they'll do something like that again.
no, Shemekas killed
There,
Shemekas in 2021. Let's not kid
yeah, there's
ourselves.
also also France won't be first because they would need to set up the whole dress and prop thing right in between the host leaving the thing and the first performance, and
So
that's
I
logistically
guess
complicated.
France will automatically be after a break,
Maybe.
maybe. I mean that's kind of applies to Sweden too, doesn't it? Because that's a lot to set up as well. Like obviously some
I
songs need
have
time
no
to be
idea.
set up more than others. Um, uh,
Uh, Osman asks who we think will be 37th, and I think it's going to be San Marino.
and I think it's going to be Greece. You can kind of see it on the screen. I don't think like from
Yeah.
obviously from the first semi, you said Ireland finished last, and I said Latvia finished last.
Mhm.
I don't think Latvia's getting lost out of everyone, and I take
I
it
would
you don't,
hope not.
and I take it you don't think that Ireland is getting lost out of everyone either. So,
Mhm.
hmm.
Yeah. We should do a grand final prediction stream after we've had both semifinal qualifiers.
So we both have to make sure that Friday is a day that we have available to us.
And let me check, but I think it should. Yeah.
I mean, I'm
Should.
kind of
Mhm.
tricky like that because on Friday, I usually tend to be on the road, evening time.
Uh,
But I guess I'll just have to. I mean, it's fine if it's a bit later, right? Like around 10 p.m. we start. That would be
you're
fine.
asking me. Well, for me it is. For the chat, I don't know, but for me it is. I
I
don't know.
mean, people who want to watch, they go watch, and then you can always watch it in post if you really want to see. I have a very poor kind of scheduling concept for the streams. I just stream whenever I have the time. And so like that. But yeah, uh, do we have anything else we want to discuss before? Well, I mean it's almost 11 p.m. and I still have to watch the entire Formula One race before going to bed. So keep it brief if there's
Um,
something you want to discuss. I guess.
Let me think. Do, do, do.
Well, you're taking way too much time now. You have nothing to say then.
Mandarins are better than carrots.
Okay, that's a great way to end the stream on, I guess.
They're the
Uh,
superior orange food.
great, 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 great. I guess I'll well, we'll see all of you
And that's
on.
all.
Yeah, that's definitely all. I guess we'll see all of you on Friday then. I mean, we'll just have to kind of confirm that now that we're gonna make a prediction stream on
Yeah.
Friday. This doesn't
Mhm.
apply anything to Samti unless because I'm planning on
Mhm.
kind of streaming after the results on both Tuesday and Thursday. No promises.
Okay.
Uh, so everyone in the chat can kind of know that for now. Um, are you interested in joining me for that, Santi, discussing the results?
I think in theory I would be. In practice, I probably won't be available
Good. So
because I'll
you're
be
all gonna
watching
be with
those
me.
outside.
You're all gonna be with me. No, Santi. You're
I'm
gonna see
I'm
Santi on
leaving.
Friday.
I'm leaving you alone with the father of the channel.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you'll be with me. No Santi in the week, and you'll see him on Friday. But I'm hoping for everyone that I'm gonna be able to stream on both Tuesday and Thursday to kind of do a little bit of a spontaneous results stream where we can discuss Latvia not making it um,
Please.
and basically Greece making it to the final and
No, no,
all
no,
of that all of
no.
that good stuff. We can discuss it in real time later on next week. I'm
Your
looking
reaction
forward to
to
it.
Croatia qualifying.
I mean, I'm already prepared for that. I know it's going to happen,
Y-
so it's
You
not
know,
even an
you know
issue.
what? You said you wanted me to be bold. I'm going to do a bold prediction that Croatia is going to be the 10th qualifier announced.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good one. Like, I think what would
It'll be
be
very
even
funny.
more upsetting though is like if Croatia actually misses out, and instead of something like Latvia or Malta or Azerbaijan getting the spot, they're gonna give it to Ireland. That would be even more upsetting for me than if Croatia makes it. I think.
God.
I think that would make it even worse for me
Yeah, because
personally.
now you mentalized Croatia going through.
Yeah, I mean,
Prayer
I'm
circle for
prepared for that.
Latvia.
I already know they're making it, but what would be worse is that if they don't make it. What happened on the stream now? I can't see it. Wait, I I
I
got
can
a
see it just fine.
I got a subscriber. Husminai, welcome to the channel. Thank you for
Hey,
subscribing. Um, okay, so quick roundup here, Santi. We've been streaming for over 3 hours.
Jesus.
Jesus, time flies. But thank you for joining me,
Yeah,
and
thank you for having me.
oh, you're welcome. And I'll see
It
you
was
on
my pleasure.
Saturday, right? Or no, Friday.
Hmm.
Friday. Sorry.
Yes, Friday.
I'll see you on Friday.
Correct.
And I'll see all of you in the
Yep.
chat on Tuesday, I guess. Right? Yeah, I hope so. Sushi Visa says, just saw a tweet like, hope they announce Ireland, Azerbaijan, Latvia, Malta as the first four for chaos. Yeah.
God.
Oh my. Just imagine, like, when they've announced 9 and both Sweden and Finland haven't been announced yet. Imagine that.
Laureen doesn't qualify because only juries like.
Yeah, exactly. No.
No, Laureen doesn't qualify because every televote is like she'll qualify anyway.
Yeah, we
No
don't
point
need
in
to vote
going.
for her because she's making it, so who knows? Who knows? No, I don't think there's a chance of that. But all right, thank you for tonight. Thank you to everyone in the chat for coming around. Any last words, Santi? Final thoughts?
My favorite Pokemon isn't actually Quagsire, it's Lapras. And he wishes you a very good night as well.
Oh, thank you, Lapras. Good
Right?
night, good night, everyone,
He's
and
so pretty.
have a good one. I will turn off Santi now.
See ya. Wow.
Yeah,
1984.
he's gone. Good night, everyone. Have a good one. Bye bye.